Let's go.
Let's rock.
Jimmy Juice Podcast, man.
Let's go, let's go.
Figgy Fig, best in the world, that's what he do, know what I'm talking about. Ryan Rockett, born and raised in the H-Town, Houston, Texas. Know what I'm saying? Let's go.
Let's go in the jacuzzi, smoking threats. I got my feet up. Cut them haters off, I told them beat it. I don't need you. Spend 50 racks in cash, but it's all good. I got my visa. This rolling got them staring at me like the Mona Lisa. My ghetto, not Keisha. I beat it like a creature. She always like my sneakers. These Jordan 5 pink aces. Let's go. I'm knocking them down, back to back in the row. He really the one, but they already know. So none of my chains go put on the show.
Giving out gems, sipping my juice. Counting the beans, addicted to ends. I need it back in on whatever I do. We get it in on the daily. I get it rocking like this with the 80. We really 10 toes down on the pave. What's up? We about to see what they saying.
Rockin' gems, vippin' juice. Rockin' gems, vippin' juice. Rockin' gems, vippin' juice. Rockin' gems, vippin' juice. Let's go. Gems, vippin' juice. Rockin' gems, vippin' juice. Rockin' gems, vippin' juice. Rockin' gems, vippin' juice. Go, let's go.
What do you have to say to everyone if we still consider the Astros cheaters? Fuck y'all.
Here we go, man. We got some stuff to break down, man.
Yeah, man. We gotta.
Here we go.
Like that scene in Pootie Tang. Oh shit.
See, y'all just don't understand.
Y'all don't get this, okay? Y'all too uncultured. You damn baboons listen to your hip hop music, this hippity hop. This is bigger than that, okay?
See, y'all just listen to the same stuff all the time. Y'all need to get out sometimes.
You don't know nothing about this ambient wind flute music, okay? All right, go back to your little yachties and whatever you bump. This is real music.
Got all that blockage and all that negative energy.
Because your chakras ain't aligned right. That's why you don't like this music, okay? You need to be born under the Chinese Year of the Dragon. Okay, you need to be a Scorpio or a Gemini. You have to have your chakras all aligned in place. We gotta ask more terms about this shit. Real music, y'all.
Real music. Now all that hippity hop bullshit. As Dion like to say, that bull junk.
That bull jive, like Shannon Sharp say. Yes, a lot to break down, a lot going on this week, man. Now every time we play that intro, it's like a different vibe in Houston sports, I've noticed.
Yeah.
Last time we were on the podcast, it was looking like we were down in the dumps. Rockets were off to a bad start. Astros had just lost to the Rangers, who won the whole thing. And then the Texans, I mean, we were kind of iffy on if they were even going to be able to beat the the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
You know, we were both wrong. I said they would lose. You said they would lose against the Buccaneers. I said I thought they would beat the Buccaneers, but lose to the Bengals. And they actually pulled out both games. Very exciting fashion.
Yeah.
Not recommended to watch if you have heart issues, because it's very down to the last second, literally, on both games. But yeah, man, it's looking good in Houston sports, man.
It's looking really good, man. And I know before we kept saying it's a little early and all this other stuff, but man, it ain't as wild. They actually have a chance to make the playoffs, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's playoff talk, man. I never thought we would hear this soon.
Oh, hell no, man. I thought I mean, look, we were just hoping to build on something with this young team. You know, we wanted to see some flashes from CJ Stroud. That's what all we wanted was some flashes, the potential. You know, a couple games where he showed he was going to be the future of the franchise.
Yeah,
Now he's getting put in MVP talks, man.
as he should be, man.
He's if he keeps it up, he's clearly going to take Rookie of the Year. You know,
Yeah.
and now he's being put into MVP consideration with how he's played these past 2 weeks. So part of me is excited. Most of me is excited. Part of me is I still want to stay low and build, man. Okay. Y'all talking about flexing? No flex zone. No flex zone here, man. I don't want to, okay?
Hey, sound scared, man.
I don't, man, dog. My fear is that the Christmas
man,
Eve.
I told you I had a DJ Saturday night.
Fuck that shit. This nigga scared.
Ain't nobody scared, man. I just told you I had a DJ Saturday night.
Fuck that shit.
Wait, let me look at the schedule because this affects you too, Figgy. Okay.
I know. Because it's a flex.
Is that Christmas Eve game a home game?
Yes, it is.
So if that game, which I've seen some reporting that might be flex because I think the Patriots are scheduled to play somebody on that Sunday Night Football, but it might be Bill Belichick's last game, so they might just go with that. Or the Texans, I think they play the Browns. Yeah, the Browns.
Christmas Eve, yeah.
Yeah, that's a 12 p.m. start, might get flexed into Sunday Night Football.
Yeah. I haven't heard that one. The one I kept hearing the most is the Texans and the Jets in New York. Where because that's a 12 o'clock Sunday kickoff. And they were thinking about moving that to Monday because Monday, I want to say, is Green Bay and the Giants.
Yeah.
So they might move the Giants, the Green Bay and the Giants to Sunday at noon and move the Jets and the Texans to Monday Night Football. That's the one I kept hearing. And that would still affect me because I was supposed to be in Boston that weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Was to fly down to New York for the game Sunday. But if it's not Sunday, we can't go because we got to work Monday. So that's at me a little bit, and that would suck for you to come up here on the Monday.
Yeah, I mean, I would rather that than the Christmas Eve game get flexed because that just sucks, man. That you got to work and get out probably at like 11 o'clock at night on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
So I'd rather that, but are the Jets going to get another primetime game? How many? I feel like they've almost every game they played in primetime this year because I guess they really thought that Aaron Rodgers was going to play this whole season.
Yeah.
Are they really going to put them in another primetime game?
I can see them doing that with the Houston Texans because CJ Stroud is like the guy right now.
Yeah.
So I can see because if you look at the options, to me, that game is better. That's more watchable game than the Giants and the Packers. Like ain't nobody trying to see the Giants and the Packers right now, man.
That's true.
Those two bad teams. So I think it would be that game. If we had to pick a game, that's probably the game to make the most sense. But I mean, ain't gonna do nothing for nobody here because it ain't like we could go to a Monday night game here.
Yeah.
I mean, we could watch it on the national stage, but that probably affect people like you that's working the game and me because I planned on going to that game on Sunday and I won't go.
I mean, that'll suck, but I will still because I've accepted the fact that if they keep this up, they're probably going to get flexed at some point.
Yeah, they're going to get way more stuff next year too. So
yeah, they're going to make up with a vengeance, man. They're going to have a Monday, Thursday, and Sunday night. Might be playing in Germany or London, whatever the fuck they're doing.
Yeah, they're going to have 3 games, man.
Yeah,
three primetime games
for sure. They're going to make up for it with a vengeance. So. Yeah, I've accepted it. I'd rather that December 10th game get flexed to Monday than the Christmas Eve get flexed to Christmas night, basically. So, yeah, we'll see. But exciting times, man. Great to see CJ Stroud ball out, man. Just look, in retrospect, I'm glad everything happened the way it happened. Okay, like I have to say that. Even though it looked like it would never get better, it really turned around quick, man. And really the fact that we got Deshaun at first, at his best, probably he'll ever play. Then we got CJ Stroud. So
yeah,
everything worked out for the best in the end.
it did. And it was a rough 2020, 2021, 2022. It was a rough 3 years. It was very rough. But I think all of that is worth it now, man, because you got a better coach. You know, I'm fine with the GM, man. I know people still a little iffy about Nick Caserio, but
Yeah.
I'm good with it, man. Look, he's a Patriots guy, but it don't feel like it don't feel like the Patriots way to me. So I'm good with that. You got CJ Stroud. I mean, what more can you ask for, man? And look, man, nobody expected this. This was still part of the rebuild, man.
Yep.
And they way ahead of the schedule. So next year, once they add more pieces, I think you got to think playoffs for sure. Like playoff for sure, and and winning the division, all that stuff, man. So I'm super excited, man. I thought it was gonna be about 3 or 4 years before we even can get a decent team, but it's looking good, man.
Yeah, no, for sure. Took everybody by surprise, but I'm happy it's working out like this. So yeah, we'll see what the team does. I mean, the schedule on paper is a lot easier to end out the season. So hopefully everybody can stay healthy, and we'll see if they can make a playoff run and see what happens. But yeah, they got who they got next? The Cardinals, the Jags, the Broncos, the Jets, the Titans, the Browns, the Titans again, the Colts. Nothing that scares anybody. Very light schedule, honestly.
Yeah, you realize the only quarterback that's a little bit scary is probably like Kyler Murray and maybe Russell Wilson. I don't like Trevor Lawrence at all, man.
Yeah.
I don't think he's all I don't think that's somebody that would scare you. But the schedule looks super easy, man. The Browns lost Deshaun for the season.
Yep.
So it's backup time for them. So I think that's a winnable game. So that's the thing about all these games are winnable games. There's no game on here where it's like, nah, that's an L right there. All of these games are winnable, man.
I agree, man. So we'll see how everything rolls out, and if CJ Stroud continues to make a case for MVP and whatnot. But very exciting, very fun team. This is the first time in a long time that I've really felt excited watching the Texans, man. Even during the Deshaun Watson years, sometimes it was just like, with the Bill O'Brien conservative coaching style, it's like, what's going to happen. That they're going to fucking just be more in the trenches type offense. But now it's just exciting, man. It's really exciting. Oh, what's up, Drunk on YouTube says, I'm so mad the Texans got a team that's an actual problem. Just got Twitter hating on CJ Stroud. Look, man.
You wasn't
great, they gonna hate.
Yeah, you wasn't a CJ Stroud guy either, man. You had that Ohio State hate.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. You was the Ohio State quarterback hater. You said he wasn't gonna be good just because he was from Ohio State. I remember that. Drunk over here trying to flip the script.
I didn't even know you
keep receipts.
Yeah, I didn't even know you was on Twitter, man. I gotta interact with you a little more on Twitter.
Junk says the chip on CJ Stroud's shoulder is Aaron Rodgers like. Yeah, I mean, he's playing like he got something to prove, man. So
yeah, he blowing Bryce Young out the water, man.
Yeah,
and to be fair, man, look, Bryce is still a rookie too. Mm-hmm. So I figured CJ Stroud would probably have a rookie season like that as well, but they got people questioning the pick, man. Like Bryce Young about to be a bust or something.
Yep.
And he might be all right, but that's how good CJ Stroud playing, man.
Dog, I went on the Panthers Reddit. I like to go on Reddit of teams and just in general. And yeah, they're coping. They're coping. One half of the fan base is like, we picked the wrong dude. The other half is like, well, Houston just is way better and they have better options and better offense and better weapons and wide receivers. I'm like, yeah, a bunch of no names y'all wrote off or didn't think were that good.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, they
go ahead and cope.
They had the Texans picking in the top, I want to say top three, top five.
Mm-hmm.
With that Cardinals pick they traded away. So that show you right there. Ain't nobody think the Texans was gonna be this good.
Nah. And I think if CJ Stroud was in Carolina, he would not have the team be this bad. You know, I
Yeah.
think they would. I'm not saying they would be a over 500 team, but I think they would look better than they have under Bryce. But I'm not gonna write Bryce off, man.
Yeah.
Everybody, that's still coming too early. I think he'll be fine. He looked good against us, so he clearly has a potential.
Yeah, so he got something.
Yeah. I just hope that's not the only game they win, man. That's my greatest fear, is that the only game they win this year is against us.
Yeah.
And that just that's a stain on CJ Stroud's legacy already, man. We got to think about legacy now, okay? That's a stain. Drunk says, I did think CJ would be I think he meant you didn't. You must be drunk right now. The way drunk is drunk.
No, he said I did think CJ would be a bum.
Oh, he did think he was gonna be a bum. I thought you said you didn't think he was gonna be a bum, or you meant to say that. I did think CJ would be a bum. I ain't gonna lie, but he a dog Rottweiler. Yeah, he is, man. He is. Bryce Young, Greg Oden, CJ is Kevin Durant. Let's not go that far, man.
Ooh, man.
And Greg Oden wasn't a bum either. He just got hurt a lot, man. That he couldn't help that. D'Amico Ryans looking like Mike Tomlin Jr. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I heard the Steelers were doing better too, man. I didn't even check on them, but
Yeah.
I saw some people be excited about that.
Yeah, they got a good chance because look, Lamar hurt. Lamar Jackson, he kind of banged up a little bit. They lost their tight end. The Bengals, they Burrow out for the season.
6-3. I forgot.
Yeah, Burrow is out for the season too. So that might be it for the Bengals for this year. and the Browns, they lost Deshaun for the season. So
yeah,
what they gonna be? But it's about to be wild. It would be crazy if Pittsburgh make the playoffs, man.
Yeah.
Tomlin might be the coach of the century.
Honestly, yeah.
I
thought they were the way they played against us, the way we blew their ass out. I thought, this team is done.
Yeah.
And somehow they 6-3.
Yeah,
that's crazy, man.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Mike Tomlin need a gold jacket right now, man.
Yeah, I thought they was gonna run his ass out of town.
Right,
if the way this season was going, and somehow they actually are good now. So
they still trying to. They still trying. Man, they can't stand Mike Tomlin, man. I know a lot of Steeler fans. They can't stand Mike Tomlin. I'm just like,
of course.
I'm like, that don't make no sense, man. I think he way better than Bill Cowher.
Yeah, I don't know who you're gonna bring in that's better.
Yeah,
really, who's on the market that is a better coach than Mike Tomlin?
If they let him go, I will. Man, look, I'm good with D'Amico. I wouldn't say fire D'Amico, but like as a Browns fan, I will fire the Browns coach and bring him in. Hey, I will give him the $230 million.
Yeah,
Mike Tomlin.
Who do you think is going to take Bill Belichick? Because I feel like they have to let him go after this season, man. Who do you think would take Bill Belichick in his Patriot way?
I feel, man. So I don't think it'd be Bill O'Brien. I just don't see them hiring him as the head coach. Josh McDaniels got fired. I don't know if they're gonna bring him in as head coach. I feel like they're gonna try to get somebody younger. I can see Gerard Mayo, who always get brought up into coaching searches and all that stuff. I can see them rolling with him to see what they got. But I don't think it's gonna be Bill O'Brien at all, man.
Yeah, but where do you think Bill Belichick would go? Do you think he would just hang it up and retire, or you think he would still coach?
I could see him going to the I don't know. I was gonna say the Raiders. I can see the Raiders bringing them in. I can see I don't know what Washington gonna do, but I can see him going to Washington. But I think he'll go somewhere. I can see somebody else bringing them in, but it will have to be like a franchise like that. I don't see like a younger team trying to bring him in. I can see somebody like the Raiders who just got money and would just pay him whatever and give him part ownership and all that stuff. I can see somebody like that doing that. Or even like the Chargers, because I think they're gonna fire that coach.
Yeah.
See the Chargers bringing them in.
Man. Yeah. Tony Scott says the New Orleans Saints. What's up, Tony? Yeah, I don't know. That would be kind of funny though. They blow him out and then they take Bill Belichick too.
Yeah.
So
I mean, and then the other thing, why would he want to go there? I don't even think they. I mean, the coach Derek Carr.
yeah.
I
He needs to
don't.
find a Tom Brady 2.0 because that's clearly where his legacy comes from. Mad Wine Chemist on YouTube says, if the Texans make the playoffs, I can forget that loss. Talking about the Panthers. Yeah, I would too. It would sting a lot less at least. So we'll see. But Drunk says AFC North is a war zone. Tomlin got the only team where the roster is so mid, only a TJ Watt season injury would matter. Mad Wine Chemist again says the way he can get crazy wide receivers to play that are bad at that other places need to be studied. Talking about CJ Stroud, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Belichick without Tom Brady, garbage. Belichick outside of New England is an airport vomit bag by Drunk.
Look, man, I think that's kind of valid, man, because we didn't really see Bill Belichick without Tom Brady. All of his success was really with Tom Brady, and we seen how it was when he left. So I think it's kind of like Sean Payton, man. Sean Payton was good with Drew Brees. He haven't really done anything after that. I mean, this is first year, but
yeah,
I don't know, man.
Yeah. I look the legacy looking funny in the light, man, because we saw Tom win without Bill. Bill can't even get a over 500 season. It seems like without Brady. So I don't know, man. Looking funny in the light, like Rick Ross says. Mad Wine Kimmon says, I can't see his way of coaching working anymore. Yeah, people have brought that up. The fact that the Patriot way has been a bunch of bullshit. It hasn't worked anywhere.
It is.
Except with the Patriots with Tom Brady, who's the greatest quarterback of all time. So really, that was like a fucking scam, man. The Patriot way was a scam.
No,
it was like it was like Forex, the Bitcoin, NFTs, the Patriot way.
Yeah. No, it really is, man, because who do you know using the Patriots offense or the Patriots defense? Like, it never worked nowhere else, but you see people using Kubiak offense or Shanahan offense or the West Coast offense. You see all of that stuff still going on, man. That's taking over the league. But the Patriots way, man, like that, I think the last straw was Josh McDaniels in I was about to say Oakland and Las Vegas.
Yeah.
At that point, man, if somebody hire a Patriots guy, you want to lose, man.
Pretty much, man. Yeah, it seems pretty fraudulent now, So RIP Patriot way, man. I think it's dead now. The Patriots got to figure something out. But yeah, they're kind of cooked. Yeah. Chargers bringing in Belichick is hustling backwards at his finest. Yeah, could be. Belichick whole coaching tree got fired after 2 years. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, and coaches get a way shorter lease than I've ever seen before lately, man.
Yeah,
and I've never seen turnover like this so fast.
Yeah,
but I fuck with it though.
Hey, and to be honest, man, I think we was talking about the Panthers. They might get rid of that coach, man, because it's looking bad, man. He go from calling plays and let somebody else call plays. Now he's taking the play call back, and ownership is looking real funny over there, man. They might bail on him real quick.
Yeah. Yep. So
Frank Wright. Bail on him real quick.
It's looking nasty for some of these teams, man. Can't say the same for us though. Can't say the same over here. Look, it's all bright lights and good vibes over in Houston. I don't know about y'all other poverty franchises with your rookie quarterbacks that can't do shit, too small to fucking do a QB sneak. We can't relate over here, man. We can't relate over in H-Town. I'm sorry. We can't relate to your struggles in your poverty franchises. I apologize. Oh yeah, and the Rockets are doing really good too, man. I'm gonna admit I tuned out after like the first 3 games.
Hey, that was surprising, man.
Yeah, and now suddenly they're actually they beat the Nuggets, the defending. I don't like people saying defending champions in anything because championships in sports don't work that way unless you're a boxer or a combat fighter. You don't defend a championship. It's a new season every year. You don't get any fucking advantage.
Yeah.
But anyway, the previous year's champion Denver Nuggets, the Rockets beat them. So they are currently, what's their record now? I think 6-3.
Yep, 6-3.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, they play tonight too, so hopefully make it. I think they won 6 games in a row.
Yeah, something like that. And with Amen out too, right?
Yeah, Amen Thompson.
Amen. I call him Amen until he prove himself, man. You got to prove that. Like Hakeem had to prove Hakeem. You know, you got to prove that Amen. But yeah. I don't know. With him out, they're on like 6-game win streak, man. So Junk said, I'm glad to see Dylan Brooks is appreciated in Houston. I don't like him, man. I'm sorry, dog. Like,
I'm starting to like him a little bit, man. I kind of understand what he's going through, man.
I really hated what he did last year with that goofy shit trying to call out LeBron, man. Like, just fucking play, dog. That was really corny to me. But look, I can't say too much since he's on his squad, and we'll see. Yeah, he seems to be a good addition so far. And I mean, they did beat the Lakers, so he did actually back up some of the talk. I don't know if he locked LeBron down. I didn't watch the game, but
they won.
They won. So, and the Lakers are low-key trash as well. So,
yeah.
What can you do?
Yeah. Speaking of basketball, how did you feel about that Draymond choke out?
I thought it was hilarious. The fact that it happened like at the very beginning of the game.
Yes.
Clearly, he just wanted a vacation.
Nobody scored. Nobody scored yet.
Score was 0-0. He had a Rudy Gobert in the chokehold, like a MMA fucking rear naked choke.
Yeah,
like, he was really trying to get him to tap out, and I'm like,
Rudy was just like,
yeah,
man, that was probably one of the funniest scenes I ever seen in my life, man.
100%, man. And why Rudy Gobert of all people? Like, was that payback for the COVID shit?
That's what I was thinking, man. That's exactly what I was thinking.
You shut the league down, bitch. We would have won that year if it wasn't for the bubble.
Yeah, he was like, I'm waiting on this. He had him in the Melvin from Baby Boy chokehold, man.
yeah, that was hilarious, man. That was hilarious. Draymond just kind of getting on my nerves in general, man. Like this fake tough guy shit he be doing, the podcast and all that. It was cool when they was like the most dominant team in the NBA because it kind of like, okay, he's just the Dennis Rodman type of dude who's gonna talk shit, but they win all the time. Now they're not like that anymore, man.
Yeah,
you know, Clay is probably edging towards retirement the way he's been playing.
Yeah, he looked
Steph hurt again, and people are guessing that that's the reason why. Draymond don't like to play without Steph.
Yeah, Rudy Gobert said that.
Yeah.
And then dug up the stats. I think I want to say out of 11 games Steph wasn't playing, I want to say he got ejected from like 7 of them or something.
Yeah, it was something like, I think out of 196 games with Steph, he only got ejected 4 times. In like 70 games without Steph, he got ejected like 7 times. So, so yeah, man, it is corny at this point, but I mean, it's entertaining. We need the NBA to be entertaining at this point, you know, because they're competing with NFL, and NFL is starting to get spicy. So we need NBA Twitter needs something to talk about, man. Okay, so keep it up.
Maybe they're trying to get the in-season tournament spiced up a little bit.
Maybe that starts. Didn't that start? The Rockets ain't played in like 5 days, dog.
Yeah,
what's going on with the schedule, man? But I think that starts to. Oh, it already started. They're playing the Clippers tonight.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
we'll see.
Ugly ass courts.
Yeah, ugly ass city courts and fucking James Harden. James Harden getting talked about on Drake album and disappointing. This is a wild season for James Harden. He got called the R word. He's getting dissed or mentioned by Drake. I'm still confused if it's a diss or not. But he was clearly name dropped in some allusions about a female encounter with or something. Him taking a girl or some girl getting taken from. I don't know how it went, but basically and playing like ass in general. It's been a rough start to the season for James Harden, man.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see how the H-Town legend forces his way out of this situation eventually.
Yeah, I know Kawhi a little pissed off. One play, something happened, he a little pissed off.
Yeah, I read somewhere that this is the worst record he's ever had, like the start of ever
Really?
since he's played basketball, man.
Damn,
Which is crazy.
a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it goes back to like high school and shit. Like this is the worst start he's ever had in playing basketball. So
Yeah.
kind of crazy, man. Tony Scott on Facebook says the Texans are trying to build a championship team. They want to go back to back like the Stros. Let's get to the playoffs first, man. But I do think they this is a different look for the Texans, man. I think the energy is just different. It just feels like this is the team we always wanted to watch, but couldn't because of conservative coaching, the Patriot way, all that shit that we were stuck on. It felt like we would never get over that hump. And now it kind of feels like anything is possible, man. Anything, any play could come at any second, it feels. So they're unpredictable and kickers out. We got running backs making kicks and shit. It's anything can happen in the Texans game, man. Anything goes, it feels like. So
for real.
Very exciting. Mad Juan Kenneth said Dylan have you switching up quick. Yeah, the whole fan base did. Okay, that's just how it goes. Same with Pat Beverly too. People didn't like him at first. I don't think.
Russell
Westbrook for sure. That was the biggest one. That was the biggest switch up of all time in Rockets fan base history. I think.
Yes.
The Russell Westbrook who we had to slander in order to get James Harden an MVP. Suddenly we had to act like we were cool with him. So, Matt Wine Chemist also said Rudy should have grabbed his own teammate. Dre saw him touching Clay as a green light. Yeah, pretty much. Fucking UFC shit in the NBA, man. What's going on? Tony Scott said, how much y'all know about international basketball? Not a damn thing, man. Shit, I don't watch that bull jive, that bull junk, like Deion say. I watch that good old American basketball, man. So yeah, that about does it for sports. You know, the Astros got a manager, Joe Espada, I think it is.
Yeah,
Joe Espada.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about. Look, I don't know nothing about. I realized this too. I don't know nothing about like baseball managers, man.
Me neither.
Like the only one I did know of was Ron Washington, who got hired by the Angels.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, damn, he's still out here coaching, huh? Dude, 71 years old, man. So salute to him. I remember him when he was with the Rangers. So that's the only guy I know.
The only thing I know about managers is based off of what people said about Dusty, which is whatever goes wrong, whatever issues the players have, it's the manager's fault. Okay? Everything was Dusty's fault last year. So I'm going to hold that same energy, man. Everything that goes wrong, people can't hit. Yeah. The defense looks bad. Offense looks bad. Nobody can score a run. It's going to be this guy's fault. Okay? Sorry, but he's walking into a minefield here. All right? So I'm gonna hold that same energy. All right. No, ain't no leisure time here. Ain't no we ain't cutting no slack for the new manager. All right. He's gonna walk into the same fire that y'all held Dusty's feet to. Make sure of it.
No, that ain't gonna happen either, man.
Of course not.
They're gonna be like, oh, the thing Dusty had was better. In the rebuild mode.
They're gonna make excuses. Because they took pride in the fact that they think that they ran him out. So they're going to look real stupid if the team is even worse this year.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. They said Tank Dell is a star. Yeah, he is. I'm really happy. And it's funny listening to the broadcast because Andre Ware goes crazy whenever Tank Dell makes a play, man. Yeah, that's a Houston boy.
Oh, damn, Mike.
Yeah. He did that on a call that I know Mark was pissed about. He didn't say anything.
Yeah.
But I know Mark was mad.
Yeah, he didn't. We actually talked about it on the air too. We was just like, man, he messing up the calls. I ain't heard no clapping last week.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know.
think they
Maybe
had
he
to
talked
talk.
about
I
it.
think they had to talk or something because he was yeah. I mean, I get it.
Yeah,
Like I
that's
said, it's been a crazy environment, and that's just your natural reaction as a football fan to clap and get hype. But yeah, when Mark is doing the call, you gotta keep it on the low.
yeah,
You gotta act like they do in the press box when they just act like they're not impressed by anything that happens and they're just objective viewers watching a movie or some shit.
yeah.
Like, yeah, you gotta act like that.
Got an air
But
clap.
it's good to see U of H players balling, man, especially since Clayton Tune looked like ass when he played. So we need Tank Dell to make up for it, man. He's got to be the star that carries the H-Town Cougars legacy right now
Yeah.
this season.
Yeah, I actually seen him on Monday. I went to the Taste of the Texans, and dog, when I tell you we like close to the same height,
Yeah, he's short, man. He's really small.
I'm like, damn, man, you out there balling like that.
Mhm.
I should have took a chance and tried to try for.
I was getting concerned because he was getting knocked around that last game, man. He went to the tent at one point, and I'm worried about the health. He plays a kind of fast and reckless game, and it's just he was taking a lot of hits that game too, man. I was a little worried because his frame is so small, but he's balling for now, so can't say nothing. But I was a little worried a couple times.
Yeah.
With that being said, I think that about does it for the H-Town sports section. So let's get into new releases, man. A lot to actually talk about. Yeah. Now, here's a question I pose to y'all. Is this the new song from one of the greatest rappers of all time or background music from The Legend of Zelda? Is this music you hear at the Rainforest Cafe or or new music from Andre 3000?
It's from the Ghost of Tsushima.
Is this what you hear when you walk in your local sushi restaurant? Or is it a classic from a hip-hop artist? Now, is this actually music from...
No, this is some random music from YouTube.
I had no idea. I was like, this could...
It sounds the same, don't it?
Oh, man.
It's random flute players on YouTube.
Oh, man. Nah, you don't understand, Figgy, okay? The way he blew the flute was... The way he blew the flute was different, okay? Look, let's talk about that first, okay? Since I know we got some takes about this controversial album. So Andre 3000, I'm sure as y'all are all aware that are into hip hop, dropped of Outkast, by the way, dropped a new album finally. The first solo project he's ever released by himself, at least that we know of. I think he mentioned that he's worked on other things under other names and kept it on the low. But officially, as Andre 3000, this is his first solo project. And it is not hip hop, rap. There's no word spoken, period.
Yeah.
It's not spoken word, anything. It's not rock, anything. It is not singing, not even Love Below. It is a ambient flute, or it's not just flute because it's like wind-based instruments, as he says it.
Yeah.
So it is a album called New Blue Sun. And he warned everybody going into this what it was. He said there was no rapping on it. And even the first title track makes a kind of a joke about it. The first song is literally called I Swear. I really wanted to make a rap album, but this is literally the way the wind blew me this time.
I love these album names, by the way.
Yeah. By Polo Distorter. Daughter wears a 3000 shirt embroidered.
Yeah.
93 till infinity and Beyonce.
The slang word pussy rolls off the tongue with far better ease than the proper word vagina. Vagina. Do you agree? That's
Yeah.
that's the name of this song. The track.
This sounds like a comedy skit. Like is he also trying out some bits with this album? I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is a 8-track album of ambient wind-based instruments. And if you've been following his career, you know that he's been playing the flute for a while. It used to be a thing. People saw him walking randomly on the street playing the flute and would upload video of it. And this has been his vibe for, I want to say, a few years now, probably.
Yeah.
He did a GQ interview where he talked about, just not being inspired by rap. He feels like he's a little old. He's 48 years old and kind of feels disingenuous trying to rap. He said he actually wanted to try to make a rap album, but just was not motivated to do it. So, and if you follow Andre, he's always going to follow what he feels like doing, man. He's not going to do some shit just to do it. He left millions of dollars on the table because he never toured with the Speaker Box Love Below album because he just didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
So I would say this is more expected than him actually dropping a real rap album.
I agree with that.
This is 100%.
I wasn't surprised. We used to make jokes about that back in
Yes.
Like he gonna trick us and drop an album with nothing but instrumental. Like we've been saying that for a long time, man.
This is more on brand for Andre than him actually dropping a rap album, honestly.
Yeah.
But still, to me, is disappointing. Now, Figgy, you said you actually heard some of this album, some of it at least. I didn't hear any of it because I just didn't feel like it. But what are your thoughts on this? And what are your thoughts on Andre's, I guess, explanation for why he didn't want to make a rap album this time?
So the album is pretty much what I've been playing on these drops. What it is, man. I don't think it's anything special. I ain't gonna sit here and say, "Oh wow, this is revolutionary" or anything like that. It sounds like a long 24-hour instrumental that you find on YouTube that you want to play in the background or something like that. So it ain't nothing really to break down with that, but his explanation on because he said a quote. He pretty much said he 48. I think that quote where he was saying I'm 48. What am I supposed to rap about? I'm supposed to get a colonoscopy. I got to go get a colonoscopy. What you rap about that type of thing? And I just disagree with that so much, man. Like,
yeah,
look, dog, he'd been doing features for a little bit too. And he wasn't rapping about colonoscopy, getting a colonoscopy then. I felt like he's super creative, man. And look, I understand people might want him to do like a rap album. I don't even want that, man. Like, just give us another Love Below. I felt like that was a good enough. I feel like he could do that again because he was super. It was one rap song on that whole album. It was like 19 tracks. And I want to say the last song was a rap album. I'm not saying he need to be sitting there barring people up. I feel like no matter, if he did drop a rap album, I feel like we won't really respect it like it is because it's been so long. So, people gonna judge that, critique that and all that stuff, but he could drop another Love Below, man. He could just sit there and create good music and sing behind it and all this other stuff, just be super creative with it. So I just don't understand that mindset he just had. What am I supposed to rap about? You were just rapping on Kanye's song. You was rapping pretty good on that one, man. So I just didn't understand that. I was disappointed at that part. But as far as him dropping a rap album, man, those days are over, man. I'd rather him just drop rap features, man. If Rick Ross hit him up and he get a rap verse on there, I'm fine with that. So I'm a rap album from Andre 3000. However, I do feel like he can make another Love Below. I still play. I actually put that album on this morning after I
Mhm.
listened to the flute album. I'm just like, man, let me put the love below. And I was listening to it, I'm like, this is perfect, man. It actually sound like he could have made this album today.
Mhm.
It don't sound old, it don't sound dated. And that's the part I just don't understand. But you know what? He's probably not really that motivated. I don't know what's going on with him, but he probably not even in that mindset. So I guess I get it, but I just don't like that. I don't like that statement. What
Yeah.
am I supposed to rap about? People got you top 5. And I don't think you should be top 5. But if you top 5, man, you should be able to rap about whatever you want, man. And it ain't got to be about guns and stuff like that. I'm sure you went through a lot.
Mhm.
I'm sure you could put that down on wax. So I just ain't like that, man. Come on, man. Colonoscopy, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, like to be fair, when I read that quote, it bothered me too. But I actually watched there is a video of the interview on YouTube. It's on the GQ channel. And it's about 30 minutes, but it's a really good discussion. And he talks about it and he went more in depth about why he didn't do rap. And now I understand, man. I understand basically like if he's just not motivated to do it, he shouldn't do it. Like if he wants to create but just doesn't feel like creating rap. Like we talk about on the podcast all the time how we don't listen to rap no more, really. You know, you and me. We listen to more like whatever. You said EDM. I'm more into rock sometimes or whatever. So there's sometimes you're just kind of sick of rap, man, and you don't feel like listening to it. And I can understand, especially given the current mainstream landscape, how you could just not be motivated by the scene right now. You know, he also talked about how, because he dropped a quote that says something like, what do boxers do, when they get older? They might do exhibition fights, but they don't really get in the ring seriously. And the interviewer kind of pushed back and said, you can, like, it's rap, it's not physical. But Andre said it is kind of physical because, you have to, boxers train and you got to train with boxers. And if he wants to rap, he has to be around rappers. And he don't really want to be around like people smoking weed in the studio and shit like that, So the way he explained it, I understand. But I'm still personally disappointed. You know, the worst thing to me is like hearing him in the interview, he still sounds the same, man. Like he didn't code switch. He don't do the Kanye. When Kanye get interviewed by a white person, he sounds like Kim Kardashian.
Yeah.
Literally, like his voice goes up. He pronounces everything like a California girl. Is crazy.
Yeah.
And when he goes on Drink Champ, he talks like he's from Chicago again.
Yeah.
But Andre sounds the same, man. He sounds like the same.
He still sounds like Atlanta dude.
He got the drawl and everything, the Southern drawl. Like he sounds the same, man. So I really like when I heard it, I'm like, why can't you just rap, dog? Just rap, nigga. It don't got to be over fucking Metro Boomin or nothing, man. I don't want to just do. You can make your own beats like you did on the fucking Love Below.
Yeah,
just rap over something, man.
5 tracks, man. Just 5 tracks. Man, look, man. I'm so thirsty. I want him to finish up the last rap song he did. In the life of Andre Benjamin, the last song of the Love Below.
Yeah,
finish that song up, man.
And he produced that, man. He produced that as well. And that beat was pretty good.
That beat was hard. That was incredible. That's probably one of my top 10 songs of all time, man. That song is hard, man.
Yeah. So, yeah, personally, I am disappointed, and he knows this too. I recommend y'all watch the interview because it's really good. But he knows people are disappointed by him not rapping, and he wishes he could. He wishes he was motivated to do it, but he just isn't, And if you're not, it would sound worse if he tried to force it.
Yeah.
So that's why I understand.
That's why I'd rather him just feature people up. I don't need a rap. I would love a rap album, but I'm not pressured to get a rap album and then be disappointed at the rap album.
Yeah.
And then that kind of taint the way I feel about him. But if he do another Love Below and just kind of some artsy type singing type stuff, I'm fine with that, man. Like I can't be mad at that. But I don't know. He just act like he just so old he can't say any lyrics. Like you can't say nothing. So you that old that you got to play a clarinet and a flute and all this other stuff. I don't know. It's just hard for me to believe, man, because it's a bunch of old rappers out here, man, that's still doing it. I feel like he probably up there, if not better than them.
100%. And for example, man, like I went to a concert. I went to Earl Sweatshirt and Mike.
Yeah. How was that
Yeah,
concert?
it was dope, man. It was dope. Sidebar, it was really dope. I was surprised at the amount of like how young the crowd was. You know, like I know Earl is the younger generation, but he's almost 30 now. I think he's about to be 30 in February. I didn't know Mike was only 25. I thought he was older than that. He's younger than Earl. But Alchemist is like got to be damn near 50 at this point. So I expected a lot of older people. I was the old head in the crowd, dog. It was a lot of young hipsters there, a lot of hippies. Decent amount of black women. I saw some women there as well. Decent amount of black people, period. I was expecting almost a whole white crowd, but it was a good mix, man. And it was a great show. And those are rappers who rap about shit that anybody at any age could rap about, man. It's more like abstract and not just, it's more like poetry than it is just talking about what you're going through personally on like, or balling or whatever. You know, so he could rap like that, man. It don't have to be about colonoscopy, or I know he said as a joke, but it don't have to be like
about what your day-to-day thing is.
Yeah, it could be about anything. And he has a lot to say, honestly, that we want to hear. You know, we still never heard him talk really about Outkast and, you know, what his whole life journey, seeing his son grow up, relationships, things. He has a life that we're interested in still, you know. So it's frustrating that he just doesn't feel motivated to rap and talk about stuff like that. But I get it. You know, I get it. I understand. It's unfortunate, but what can you do, man? You can't force nobody to do nothing. And to be fair to him, he never put himself in the top 5 discussion, man.
That's true.
He never said he's the best rapper out. He's just famous for saying the South got something to say.
Yeah,
He's the South, not just him. He said this. He put the whole southern part of the country on the map with that. But he didn't just say Outkast or himself. So to be fair, I can't hold him to expectations that other people put on him. You know,
that's
he
true.
never put that on himself. So fair enough. It's disappointing as a fan, but I understand. So
I just don't like the excuse, man.
Yeah.
Like come on, man. Like you Andre 3000, man. You can't sit here and act like you ain't got nothing to say at all.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. I heard that Kanye verse.
Yeah. He does have things he can say. He just don't want to do it.
Yeah, like do somebody need to sit there and give you a concept and just make up a concept and you just write to that concept? So like that's the part I ain't get. But like I said, if you want to just jump on features and give us Kanye type of verses and Rick Ross type of verses and stuff like that, I'm fine with it.
Yeah,
I'm not looking for a whole album from Andre 3000. I know that shit to sell. So
yeah, it's unfortunate, man. But hey, at least he's still out here and creating. At least he's still alive and thriving. So
and look like he's in a good space.
It does. It does. If you see the interview, you'll see like he seems like he's at peace. You know, he seems kind of nervous about having to step back in the spotlight in any kind of context. You know, because he's never been about that.
I see he mentioned how he was wondering if he should like do a little press round about it. He was just gonna put it out there, but he was just kind of. I guess he talked to his PR team and like, hey, you know, you got to promote this, or you know, you got to do this. Yeah, he was like super iffy about it. So I'm like, damn, maybe
he didn't want to do any press. And he said in the interview that he's already put stuff out but it's been under different names. And he's done work with people and didn't want his name attached to it.
Damn.
So he's already put music out
He
under
just
the flute.
yeah.
He unleashed the flute for people, but he just never attached his name because he didn't want, to be associated with it yet. So, but that's one thing that gets me too, because he talked about performing these songs, and when you're him, you have to wonder, like, are they coming because they like my music, or are they coming because they like Outkast and they're hoping maybe they'll catch a rap at the end or something, because I don't think he's going to get a new fan base for this music, man. I gotta be real. I don't think he's going to get a new flute and ambient music loving audience from this album.
Yeah. And
he's people who already know him bumping it.
Yeah, and he's probably not even looking for that, to be honest.
Yeah.
He's probably just looking to perform it. I don't think he's looking to grab another fan base and all that stuff. Otherwise, he would have did the press run and he would have been doing all type of media stuff.
Yeah.
So
I don't know, man, but
it's an interesting cat, man. I would love to meet him one day.
Me too, man. He seems super down to earth, man. Like really humble and really just chilling, cool to talk to. So yeah, but unfortunately, we did not get the rap album we've been waiting for fucking 20 years now. But oh well.
His first project since in 17 years, I want to say.
Yeah.
I didn't realize, I guess the Love Below, was it the Love Below?
Well, Idlewild was their last album that they released as Outkast.
That's 17 years ago?
When did Idlewild come out?
No, you know what? It might have been 17 years ago because
Idlewild came out in 2006. Yeah, so it's been about 17 years.
So yeah, that was the last album. So damn, the Love Speaker Box and Love Below was older than that then.
Yeah, but hey, he gave us the Walk It Out remix. He jumped on DJ Unk's song, so hey.
Well, that was 2000, so
yeah. Walk it out like a usher. If you say real talk, I probably won't trust you. I don't remember that verse. I don't know why, but
the legendary verse though he put was the Throw Some D's on it.
I forgot he did that. Yeah, he was on Throw Some D's remix with
on that. Yeah, he had off on that.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. He went crazy on that shit. What happened to Rich Boy, man? Where is he? I saw him in the news for something recently, but I don't know what he did. I want to say he went to jail or something. No, I think it's okay. Anyway, what up, people? What up, Miguel on YouTube? Say y'all stuck in the old days. Yeah, think about the old days.
Remember back in the days, man.
Back in the days. Said NBA YoungBoy and Lil Durk don't do anything for y'all. No, I mean I like some Lil Durk songs. I like one or a couple NBA YoungBoy, but in general, that's not for us, man.
Yeah.
Drunk says the funny thing is Andre always rapped like he was old. That's why he got nothing to rap about now. Yeah, that's a good point, man.
That's true.
It's not like he really, I mean, the youngest he ever rapped like about street shit. The only time he really rapped about street shit really was the first album. And Southern Playalistic Cadillac Music. That was a different Andre though, man. That was before Erykah Badu. By AT Aliens, he was a different Andre 3000, man.
Yeah.
But the first Andre we heard back then was pretty street and just different. Yeah. So
the album now, man.
Yeah. Drunk said this man been walking around with the flute for 3 years. What we expect. Yeah, we all knew that.
We knew that. I wasn't surprised at this. I would have been surprised if he had some lyrics on there.
I would have been surprised if he dropped like an album with every major hip hop producer out. That would be the most shocking thing probably that ever happened in rap to me. That he actually dropped this and actually made it sound the way it does with the current sound.
Yeah.
So
remember how shocked we was when Jay Electronica dropped this album?
Yes.
That was shocking to me.
It was. I didn't think we'd ever get it, man. I didn't think we'd ever get it.
It came out of nowhere.
Forced his hand.
Yeah, that came out of nowhere too.
It did. It with Jay-Z on the whole thing too.
Yeah,
it was crazy, man. I didn't think we'd ever get that. Junk says, I feel like 3K not even entertained with rap or the thought of rap. And honestly, I feel him. Yeah, me too, man.
Yeah.
And that's the unfortunate thing, you know. I don't think a lot of people are really inspired, period, to make the kind of music that Andre would want to make if he was rapping. So I'm sure he listens. I'm sure he still likes rap and listens to some of it. But, you know, in general, just at least mainstream wise, it's just there's no motivation to be great.
And see, it's a lot of stuff you can like. Like, it's a couple songs you can hear, be like, damn, I like that one. Like,
Yeah.
I can see myself hopping on that one. But outside of that, man, like to make a whole project, it's like, nah, man, I don't feel like
Yeah.
all that. Like, I'm not that inspired.
Yeah. And it's unfortunate, you know, because somebody, you know, we thought Jay-Z was a dude to make the grown man rap music, but he ain't dropped in a long time either.
Yeah.
So Nas is doing a good run. People are getting a little sick of it now because it's been the same producer every time. But he's proven that you can still rap at the ripe old age of 50 or so. So, you know, eventually the rap, you know, my issue is that with the mentality that Andre talked about in that interview is kind of like rap is just pop music, you know. And we got to get past that, man. We got to get to the point where rap is seen like a country or rock, or you can be like 50, 60 years old and still drop a dope album that gets all these awards and shit, you know. And we're getting there. Nas won his first Grammy at damn near 50. So with the King's Disease 3, I think it was. So it's possible, but we just got to get past this, you know, only young people can rap and be relevant in the game.
Yeah, man. And I think everybody got some blame to go around because a lot of times fans be like, man, he need to hang it up.
Yeah.
Dude, 35 years old, man.
It was our fault, man. We got to take the blame because our favorite rappers said that shit.
Yeah.
Cameron, Game, all
Yeah.
these niggas came out saying y'all too old to rap, and now they're old. What did Game say? You 38 and you still rapping? Ugh.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Now he's older than that and still rapping.
Yeah. You see how crazy that sound, man?
Yeah.
38 years old and you still either like that's looked down upon.
Mhm.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, like I said, we all got some blame to share around, man.
Mhm.
And then not to mention you got some other rappers that's like, I ain't rapping past 30 years.
Yeah, that was a popular sentiment for a long time, man. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna be 34 and still rapping. Why? How dumb that sounds. Would
Yeah.
anybody in any other music say I'm gonna stop when I turn 30?
Man, Dolly Parton probably still releasing music, man. She probably still in the studio.
Madonna, 60 something years old, still making new music. And y'all saying you can't rap past 30? What are you gonna do with your what
Yeah.
are you in this to create or just get money?
That's the issue,
It's
man.
insane, man.
Yes, that's the stuff I don't get, man.
Only in rap do people talk about retirement. You know, only in rap's the only music that people want to retire from.
Yeah.
I don't hear nobody else. I don't hear Taylor Swift talking about retirement. Only rappers want to retire
Yeah.
and entertain the thought of a retirement. Why?
Yeah. The only time you hear about retirement in other genres is if they like 80 years old and they like,
Yeah, I literally can't perform anymore because
my last go round.
yeah, like Elton John just retired and he's like fucking 80 something, I think. So come on, man. It's annoying that, you know, we got, I think we're slowly doing it to where older artists are getting, people are realizing that you can still rap when you old, man.
Yeah,
But
man.
it's taking time.
We should, I feel like we should support older artists even more that they're
Mhm.
doing it at that age, at a high level, obviously. I mean, if you trash, that's a whole different story. But if you know, like a Nas, I feel like Nas should get a little more flowers, man. I know
Yeah.
he's getting his flowers, but I feel like that should be talked upon a lot.
Yep.
Doing that. Somebody like if Ice Cube release an album and it's solid, that should be a big deal, man. If Snoop, I mean Snoop always releasing something, but when he release something at his age, that should be a big deal, man. That shouldn't be looked upon like, Snoop, he's still dropping music. We should at least champion that a little bit, man.
Yep. Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, Drunk said Jelly Roll winning new artist of the year at the same age we told Lil Wayne to go sit down. Good point,
Hey,
man.
that's a great point.
Good point. You know, everybody thinks when you get old, you gotta shut the fuck up because it's a young man's game and whatnot. But no, that's a great counterpoint. Like in every other genre, you can be damn near 40 and have your first album come out and be widely. That's what Everlast did. The dude from House of Pain became a country artist and he was like celebrated for this shit.
Damn,
Well after hip hop, man.
I ain't know that. I ain't know he's a country.
Yeah, he did that "What It's Like" song. You've heard the song before. I
Yeah,
know
I
you've
heard
heard the song before.
the country song.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's kind of a country song. I guess we'd say it's country. Yeah, but he went back to rap because he beefed with Eminem. But yeah, he went. He was from early rap, went to country. People do and cross over, and you're accepted. Like MGK is making rock, and it's accepted.
Yeah, shoot.
You
Jelly
know?
Drunk just mentioned Jelly Roll.
Yeah.
A lot of people saying he was a rapper at
Yep.
first. And
Oh yeah, I heard he was on shit with 3-6 Mafia
yeah,
at first.
yeah.
So
So he had a long way coming, man. So he found his little lane. So
yep.
yeah,
But only in rap do we try to push everybody out. Like you're like milk in the rap game. You know, once you turn 30, it's over, man.
he's sitting there trying to rap at 25 and they ain't make it yet, man. What is you doing?
Right? You still trying to be a rapper at 28? Come on, man.
Look at this bum losing.
Yeah, it's rough, man. Why we gotta be like this? Why do we have to be like this, Biggie? Huh? Answer me that. Answer me.
I don't know,
What's
man.
wrong with the culture, dog?
The funny thing is, I'm gonna see somebody like, man, this dude trying to rap at 29 years old, man, hang it up. So I don't know why we like that, man. Why we tough on our own, man.
We really are, man. And like part of me gets like the fact that the biggest rappers are always going to be young. You know, that's just how it is.
And
But
that's what people look for too. They look for younger art, and that's a whole nother conversation.
yeah,
I feel like they look for younger, hotter artists because that's easier to prey on.
yeah,
But that's a whole nother conversation. And once you get about 29, 30, they pretty much let you go. They kind of sick of you, but they look for these younger artists for that reason. So I don't know, man.
yeah. Like, look, it's always like there's a section of rap that's just always going to be popping. It's always going to be led by the young people. But also, it's inspiring to see people like Griselda, you know, that whole crew. You see Armand Hammer, you see people who are older and still break through in their late 30s or whatever. And it proves that it can be possible, but I just think we should support it more, you know, because we're all going to get old, man. We're all going to get old. And you realize that pretty quickly that, you know, the world, you live past 30, you know, you live past 40, you live past 50.
Yeah,
you know, and your taste don't change that much.
30 is still young, man.
Yeah, not to a 20-year-old. To a 20-year-old, when you're 30, you washed.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Oh yeah, a lot of new releases actually happened. That was a long tangent on the 100,000 thing. But we have to say. So Drake dropped again. Surprise drop from Drake. Man. Drake dropped. At first he called this Scary Hours 3, a like 6-song EP.
Yeah.
But he ended up attaching it to his last album and For All the Dogs, and called it basically a deluxe edition of For All the Dogs.
He kind of piggyback off of that. I don't know how the sales look with that, but yeah, because he did the Scary Hours 1 and 2, and that was the EP. But this one he attached it to the album.
At first, I didn't like it, but after I thought about it, I understand, because that For All the Dogs album is still charting, and I'm sure he didn't want to cannibalize his own project
Yeah.
and drop the sales from that one because people are bumping this one. So I get it, but it's still, I don't know. It's like,
Kinda
why
cheap a little bit.
for listening purposes, I would rather it be its own thing
Yeah.
because I like these songs, but I don't like the
Yeah.
album.
I would grade it on a whole nother scale. I would be like, damn, I give this 5 mics.
Yeah. So let's talk about that, man, because my reaction when I first heard this, I was like, okay, Drake dropped. Let's see what he's talking about. And he dropped a little teaser trailer when he was about to drop the whole thing. And he talks about how, he said he was going to take a break, but he feels inspired. So why would he stop? Blah, blah, blah. So I hear the first song and I'm like, okay, is this the only rap we're going to get? Is this going to be the okey doke again?
Mhm.
Hear the second song and I'm like, okay, he took it personal. I thought of the Michael Jordan meme and I
Yeah.
took it personally. He's tired of y'all podcasters. He's tired of y'all Joe Buddens of the world acting like he can't rap, acting like he's getting murdered on his own shit by J. Cole. He even brought J. Cole back to run it back.
Yeah. It gave him like 8 bars.
Yeah, and they went back and forth to prove that he can hold his own. And yeah, this is about 6 songs of Drake barring everybody up, man. Nothing but bars this time.
Yeah, he threw some
What we've
shots.
been asking for about 15 years.
Yeah.
He did a side project of nothing but rap.
Yeah. So
And
he threw a lot of shots at Pusha T, of course.
of course.
Shots at Joe Budden. So the song with James Harden, I don't think that was actually a diss to James Harden. I think
Yeah, I didn't think so either, really.
that was more. I think word on the street is that was a diss to Joe Budden, that he pretty much lost his girl to James Harden, I guess.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. But I
Yeah.
mean, a lot of niggas in Las Vegas, I'm
I
sure
mean,
to a ball player, man.
look, when you Joe Budden, you done had all type of girls, man.
And he exclusively dates IG models too, man. So
Yeah.
of course he's gonna lose them.
Yeah, I mean, that don't make him lame. I don't think that make
Yeah.
him lame or nothing, but I guess that's something he had to get off his chest. But yeah, man, I thought this was solid, man. I mean, we talked about Andre 3000 giving us a rap out. This Drake should have gave us a rap album, man.
Yeah.
I thought this was solid. I thought the production was really good. I think the bars sound a lot better than the other ones on For All the Dogs. He still had a couple little cheesy bars in there, but I think that's Drake, man. I think that's what you're gonna get from him.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But I don't know. I got a little irritated with the Pusha T stuff, man. It's starting to irk me now, man. Because every time this come up, the timeline go crazy. And then you got the people that feel like he didn't lose the beef. It was like that. If he did, then it's like that. We lost Rocket, but I feel like if he didn't lose the beef, well, why are you still going after him? So that's the part that kind of get me a little bit. But I don't know if you just heard what I said. But,
I clicked out the wrong window by mistake and I left the whole stream, man. What did you say?
yeah, no, I was saying I was getting a little irked about the whole Pusha T thing, man, because every time you say something, he just set the whole timeline on fire.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Drake never lost that beef. And all this, and then it's that whole discussion. And it's like, damn, like clearly, and I hate this term so much, but clearly, Pusha T is living rent free in Drake's head, man. Because it seems like everything is about Pusha T at this point, man. This shit happened in 2018, man. This whole thing was in Story of Adidon was in 2018, bro.
Yeah.
And we still in 2023 talking about this. So it was a little irritating, but look, man, I can't complain, man. That dude rapping. So if that's what you want to rap about, go ahead. But it sounds good so far, man. I like it.
So the diss in question, it was on Wickman. Drake said, "Man, I remember niggas was joking about some tick tick, and now that rapper broke as fuck. That boy statistic, empty clips." Yeah, look, we know Drake is petty, and that's really the only L Drake took really in his music career.
Yeah.
You know, he battled Meek Mill when everybody thought Meek Mill would eat him up. and he beat him decisively. Then he went at Pusha T. He got baited into somebody who had a loaded clip, and he got beat.
Yeah.
And that's always gonna annoy Drake. Knowing him, he even listening to this album, you could tell he put it out because he was annoyed. He
Yeah.
was annoyed by people acting like he couldn't rap, people acting like he couldn't, J. Cole killed him and he can't rap and he has nothing interesting. He heard the criticism, man. It annoys him. It's not just enough for him to be the biggest rapper ever. He wants to be respected as a rapper too.
Yeah.
He wants his bars, his lyrics to be respected. He wants to be top 5. He wants all that, man. So he's very sensitive to criticism. The fact that he even went at Joe Budden like this
Yeah.
lets you know it gets to him, man.
It's funny because remember he said he was gonna chill out after this.
Yeah. He was talking about he had some stomach issues and he was gonna stop recording for a while and take a break. And then of like weeks later, he dropped this. Now
Drop
look,
this and mention that he's doing a tour with J. Cole.
yeah. So he heard the criticism online about the For All the Dogs album. Maybe he saw our clip too. Who knows? He's everywhere, So shit. But he heard what we said and it bothered him. And the Pusha T thing will always bother him, man. No matter what he does, no matter what happens off camera,
all the records and
that is on wax forever, man. We're always gonna remember that song, no matter how many Twitter bots he pays to trash Pusha T on Twitter. All these bots saying shit about him for no reason. It's gonna stick, man. But personally, I enjoyed this project. I enjoyed it a lot. It proved that he can actually rap still, and he made a lot of allusions to, people saying he couldn't rap like he used to and things like that. But honestly, man, like when he's serious, he's one of the best to do it. When he actually raps like himself with no gimmicks, no fucking London British flow,
no 21 Savage,
no Nardo Wick flow. When he does his own thing, he's one of the best, man. Which makes it more annoying that he doesn't do it more often to me. He'll have like 1 or 2 songs where he raps like this on a whole album, and the rest will be R&B cuts and just riding whatever wave another popular rapper is doing right now.
Yeah.
So, as a rap fan, I really enjoyed it. I was really surprised by it, but I enjoyed it. And look, he's just proven that he can still do it, which I'm cool with. Drunk says, call me crazy, but the J. Cole Drake song is very overrated. Now are you talking about First Person Shooter or the new one? Because I do think First Person Shooter is kind of I like the beat. I like J. Cole verse, but I don't like the switch up. I don't like the switch up part.
Yeah, I like J. Cole first verse in the First Person Shooters, but that wasn't the song I always go back to, man. I don't know why. I just didn't really go back to that song. I like this one better. The new one, I like that one better if I had to pick between the two. But yeah, if you're talking about First Person Shooter, I agree with that.
Yeah. Now, do you think Drake got his lick back on this new song?
I kind of look at it as like the Pusha T beef a little bit. Like I just think he had the chance the first time and didn't do it. So now whatever you put out, man, it's just like, all right, cool, but he got you on the first one.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really look at it like that, man. I think it was a better song, but I don't know. I think people always go back to that first one. Joe Budden is the one that pointed all of that out, man, and I can't unsee it. So looking and listening to Evil Ways, I don't know. I just can't wash the other part away.
I would say this one was a draw. I don't think you're ever gonna out rap J. Cole on anything. And like, I'm not a huge J. Cole fan, but like he's a good rapper, man. And I don't think anybody of this generation is just, even if Kendrick got on a J. Cole album, he's not gonna out rap J. Cole, man. So I think it was more evenly matched this time. Looking at it from that perspective, which Drake does look at it like that, no matter what people in his fans might say. Oh, he doesn't care about it. No, he does. Okay. So I think it was more evenly matched this time, but the first one is the one that went number one, and that's the one where J. Cole dusted him. So that's what everybody's gonna remember. John says, as much as I don't like Jay-Z rapping, ages well. Drake rapping does not. It's very repetitive, his topics. So yeah, basically saying Drake talked about the same shit. And he does. My problem with Drake is that it always feels like it's of the moment with him. It feels like stuff that is popular that year, but you listen to a lot of this stuff 5 years from now, and it don't really hit the same, man. Where when I don't care how old I am, I'll put on Reasonable Doubt, and it'll still sound great to me, man.
Yeah.
But a lot of Drake stuff, he references memes and shit, and just things that are very of the moment.
Yeah.
And it kind of annoys me because, in a year or two, we'll forget what this shit was even about.
Yeah, that's kind of a bit of my issue with that Jay-Z album that you hate, the Magna Carta Holy Grail.
Yeah.
It was like a lot of stuff from that moment. It was,
Molly twerk. Oh God.
like during that time, man, I thought it was super impressive because clearly some of that stuff happened like I want to say like a couple weeks ago.
He was talking about planking.
Yeah. Yeah. So that it don't sound good at all, man.
Yeah.
Like it don't age well. It don't age well. But during that time, it's like, damn, he just because remember the one song he released, it wasn't even on that album, but the one song he released where he mentioned Obama, like Obama hit me and said, damn, you about to get me impeached or something because he said something. Like that was kind of like right in the moment where people was like, damn, did he just record that last night?
Mm-hmm.
And so that was cool for for that moment, but it's not like the timeless stuff like a Reasonable Doubt or anything like that. And I think that's the issue with Drake too.
Yeah, and like some of his best songs are just talking about like started from the bottom type shit, But when he talks about his everyday life that he lives, and which is what all he can really rap about, and it's things that we can't connect with as civilians and regular people in the world. So it sounds entertaining in the moment, but like I said, 5 years from now is not going to hit the same. I still don't think he has a classic album. I think that's controversial to say for a lot of people because they would say at least Take Care. Do you really listen to Take Care and go front to back often? If you don't, it's not a classic, man. Okay, you might have a few songs saved off of Take Care that you go back to, but I don't think anybody except the most hardcore Drake fans will listen to that whole album today, front to back. You might play Marvin's Room, but don't tell me you listen that album is a classic, man. Don't tell me it's up there with Reasonable Doubt. Don't tell me it's up there with Illmatic. Don't tell me it's up there with Doggy Style, The Chronic. Don't tell me it's up there with this shit, man. It's not. You don't go back to it like that. I don't believe it. I don't believe anybody goes back to Take Care like that, personally.
Yeah, I would take myself out of it. I wasn't really that big of a Drake fan during that time. I think I hopped on the Drake bandwagon kind of recent, but I wasn't really into the Take Care album when Marvin's Room. I wasn't super excited when I heard Marvin's Room, man. I was like, man, that's for the ladies or something like that. I wasn't really into. I was still like on my New York Dipset type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So listening to that was like R&B to me, even though he did have some raps on that album. But I don't know. I take myself out of that one, man. I wouldn't. So I don't want to say I agree with you because I know that's very controversial to say that, but I wasn't a Drake fan, so I can't really relate to that.
I don't think. I just don't think he. Look, I'm somebody who listened to every Drake project. I listened to him back when he was underground ish, before he even came out mainstream. And I got to be honest, man, all of his music just sounded good then,
Yeah.
but it's not something I go back to and say this is something that's going to stand a test of time for 10, 20 years from now. You
Yeah.
know,
What about a lot of people? So I hear people bring up a lot is obviously Take Care. I hear a lot of people bring up Views as like feel like that's a classic.
that's funny because in real time, people thought Views was ass. That was like the first Joe Budden really went in on Drake when Views dropped.
Yeah.
I feel like people retrospectively have been acting like that shit was fire.
Yeah.
But
I'm
I
looking.
remember that being kind of mid to me. Like there were some songs I liked off of it, but as far as the whole album being classic,
Yeah.
man, nah, I can't go. He was very lazy on some songs. I think one of the what was that song called? Let me see.
Man, I'm about to pull up the track list now.
Let me see. Pop Style.
Pops that. Yeah.
Like that song, he was so lazy on that shit. Got so many chains. They call me Chaining Tatum. One of his worst bars ever. Like that, and that beat was good. He could have really wrecked it, but he didn't even try. So don't come on, man. Do y'all
Yeah.
really go back to these songs? Controller.
But
Like,
yeah, but and see I think that's what it is though, because some of his biggest R&B or dance
yeah,
songs are on this, like One Dance,
yeah.
Controller. You had Hotline Bling.
I don't think anybody goes back to Hotline Bling, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that, but those were one of the big songs.
Actually, no. Hotline Bling was kind of. I kind of want to listen to it again now since I saw the track list.
He pretty much stole Old Boy whole song, pretty much.
Yeah, what was that dude's name? The dude, he was on a song with Lil Yachty, one of Lil Yachty's first songs.
I like the cha cha.
Yeah,
Yeah, I forgot that dude's name.
his name. He changed his name. It was Dram or Drum.
Drum.
Yeah, I think he changed his name too. I don't know what happened, but what's that dude's name now?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what the fuck he is now, but yeah, he was yeah, he did steal that song. Drunk says Drake will never be mentioned as a top 5 rapper ever. He's a pop artist for real, for real. Yeah, but he wants to be mentioned like that. And that's part of the reason why he put this thing out. He wants people to respect the pen. Okay. He wants everything. He wants to be Michael Jackson and Jay-Z. He wants to be Nas and fucking Taylor Swift. And sidebar, I didn't like how he called Taylor Swift a nigga on this song.
Yeah,
that was very cringeworthy to me.
Man. That was rough. I was like, oh my God.
We have to have a meeting about revoking his N-word pass at this point, man.
Yeah, we gotta be honest. I don't know if you do this or not, but I hate saying the N-word around white people, man. I don't say it around white people, man.
It's not so much that. I hate when people call a white person that. That's what I really hate, man. Like, I just don't like it, man. I don't like calling anybody. That sounds kind of stupid, I guess, because like you rather call a black person the N-word and not a white person. But I just don't like it. It sounds very cringy and corny. And I really don't like that he said that, man. He also had a bar that I thought was pretty funny, too. He said something like, and I'm paraphrasing, he said, white America think I'm a threat. Black America always reminded me what my mama looked like, as if I'd ever fucking forget. So basically, he's like,
who been saying that, though?
I don't know. I know people have been questioning him for... There's been TikToks people put out about like, is Drake really black? You know, and things like that. But I don't think anybody from white America called Drake a threat.
Yeah.
I don't know why he said that part. But yeah, I mean, people have been making mention when he put out that family photo. Like we talked about that shit, man. He has like a whole white family. His baby is white. So his son is white. So I don't know. It's starting to look kind of funny, man. I didn't like calling Taylor Swift a nigga. It reminded me of when Nas called Gwyneth Paltrow a real nigga. I
Yeah,
didn't like that either, man. That was the worst part of his career to me. That's when I became a Jay-Z fan for life. I was like, I'm never switching up now. At least Jay-Z ain't called Gwyneth Paltrow a nigga.
yeah,
So yeah, that really annoyed me. But
man.
yeah, I don't know. And Drunk also says, if you're reading this, it's too late. Only classic, maybe, and it's very questionable who wrote that. Well, we know he didn't write at least a few songs on that. But
Yeah,
and do you really go back to that whole? See, that's the thing. Classic, man. Classic,
yeah,
classic. As in, you put the album on 5-10 years later, and you let the whole thing ride through, and you still feel it like it the day it came out. You
yeah,
know, I feel that way when I put on Machiavelli 7-Day Theory. I
yeah,
feel like that when I put on Ready to Die. I don't feel like that when I put on anything Drake related, man. 5 years later, it
yeah.
don't hit the same.
Yeah, I'm looking at all these albums. Like, how you feel about "Thank Me Later"?
His first album, not
Yeah,
a classic. Not a classic.
yeah. I'm looking at the track list now. It's more songs because, like I said, I wasn't a Drake fan like that then. So, but looking at this album, I see a lot of songs that I actually remember.
Yeah.
That's memorable. But like I said, this was back in I think 2010.
Yeah.
So I don't even know how these songs age, if the songs really age well, because Young Money Cash Money had a weird formula where
Mhm.
they had, they had the club hits and all that type of stuff, and it just sounds so dated now, man.
Fancy is awful. Are you fancy, huh? Are you fancy, huh? I hate that song. I like Unforgettable. I like Light Up. I didn't like Jay-Z's verse on it. Triple Entendre, don't even ask me how. Okay. Miss Me was pretty good. Find Your Love, I didn't like. Thank Me Now, I didn't like. The Resistance, I think that was okay. Over, I didn't like. Fireworks was good. Not a classic, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's too many skips to be a classic. uh Matt Weinkimmett said, what about Martha Stewart? Yeah, Snoop Dogg was trying to make Martha Stewart like an honorary black woman for a while.
Man.
And that was pretty cringy. Speaking of which, do you buy Snoop Dogg's latest statement saying he's gonna quit smoke? That's how he said, quote, I'm quitting smoke.
I don't believe that, man. Unless, I mean, I don't know if he have health problems or what, but I'm not believing that, man. I feel like it's some type of little promotion
It
behind it,
is
something like that.
100%.
Yeah, I'm not buying that.
He's gonna announce edibles or something. And
Edibles or some type of CBD drink,
yeah,
something like that.
he's
He
gonna
that
announce
dude is a,
edibles.
that dude is a walking billboard, by the
He
way.
is.
So it wouldn't surprise me if it's some type of weed drink or something like that, where he just promoting that. And he
100%.
ain't never given up smoke.
It's really crazy that Snoop Dogg is known more for being a brand than he is a rapper
Yeah,
these days. You know, like you see his name and face everywhere. He got his own wine. I went to fucking Lake Charles. He got his own casino shit. He got his own slot machines.
yeah,
His name is everywhere. He's in all these commercials, but you don't know him for rapping.
yeah.
Especially if you're like a 20-year-old kid. You don't know Snoop Dogg for rapping, man.
You know it hit me hard though when this I want to say last year or maybe 2 years ago. Snoop actually had a DJ set here in Houston.
Mm-hmm.
And so somebody had a ticket for me, so I went. I'm like, screw it. I never seen Snoop in person. So I went and he was actually up there. I don't know if he was really DJing, but he had a playlist. And so he was up there playlist DJing. I'm just like, man, that's the dude that made Doggy Style, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's the dude that was on trial for murder and beat that trial. That was the dude that was signed to Death Row. I'm just like, man, that's crazy. And he up here DJing, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, this dude that turned his whole career around, man. Where he like, dog, like he's not even rapping, man. It's insane, man.
It is, man. Like there's a YouTube channel with a bunch of like BET shows from like the early 90s. Like it has Video Soul and Rap City. Like all the Rap City episodes from like October of 92 or some shit. And I've been watching those, man. It's crazy to see like early Snoop on the deep cover song before anybody even really knew who he was. And he was
Yeah.
so young, man. I forget how young he was when
Like,
he came in the game.
yeah, he was like what,
He
17?
had to be like 17, 18, something like that, man. He was mad young. And the style he came with, the way he was rapping, I'm sure like people's first time hearing that shit was just, their mind was probably blown, man. Because
Yeah.
rap was just so new and people had different flows and dialects, and it was just crazy.
Yeah,
So,
and mind you, he coming from the West Coast.
yeah.
And you know, there and you coming off of NWA.
Mm-hmm.
So you got this dude that can actually rap. Because you know, everybody knew Ice Cube, you know, he was a rapper. Dr. Dre really was a rapper. Eazy-E, we know he wasn't really a rapper. But you got this young phenom named Snoop Doggy Dogg that was coming there busting everybody ass.
Yeah.
So it was just like, wow, like this dude was.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. And now he's just he was Snoop Lion for a while, and now he's Snoop I don't smoke, but I'm selling something else to you. But hey, shout out to him for at least making it this long and staying famous, you know, no matter what.
Yeah.
Drunk said I just died when Fig said Young Money had a weird formula because it's true. It all hit at the time. Yeah, there was a point where Young Money just could not miss, man.
Yeah, like what's the? I always go back to the song. What's the bedrock?
Yeah, that song was awful, but that was a hit, man.
That was a hit. That was their formula, and they had everybody on that. Everybody in Young Money on that song.
Call me Mr. Flintstone. I can make your bed rock. Trey Songz should have been arrested for that. let alone all the rape and accusations. He should have been arrested for that hook, man. That has to be the corniest pickup attempt I've ever heard.
Hey, man, that was that formula, man. They had the little corny punchlines.
Mm-hmm.
That worked with Young Money at that time, man. And they all had little songs like that, the little cheesy, little early or late 2000s, early 2010 type songs where it's just like, but it was hot, man. It was nothing you can do about it. You couldn't say anything bad about that song, man, because that song was all over the place.
Let's look up the corny punchlines in this because I had to look up the lyrics. We can't play the music because copyright on YouTube and shit. So I looked at the lyrics to Young Money Bedrock. It starts off with Lil Wayne. She got that good. She Michael Jackson bad. I'm attracted to her or her attractive ass. Okay, that's not as bad as I thought it was. I keep her running back and forth. Soccer team. That was the form. That was the thing I hated.
Yeah.
She running back and forth. I keep her running back and forth. Soccer team. I hate that punchline formula. I'm glad they all abandoned that shit after a while. Gutta, who was probably the worst in Young Money.
Yeah.
I'm that Red Bull. Now let's fly away. Okay. I'm gutta. I put her under. I see me with her. No Stevie Wonder. This is the worst. She don't ever wonder because she knows she bad. And I got her, nigga. Grocery bag.
Oh my god, man.
This was the worst rap formula ever, man. And this is like
it worked, man.
This is worse than this is the worst era of rap, period. Worse than the shiny suit era.
You need to stop talking about the early 2000s being a bad era, man.
The mid 2000s was worse. Come on, man. That don't even make any sense. I got her, nigga, grocery bag. They just let that line, and the music stopped at that part too. Remember that?
Yeah.
they paused for that bar.
Let me do some investigation real quick, man. Let me see what this means because genius.com usually explain the bar.
Yeah.
Bad.
Okay. He's back at this girl. She was an item in the grocery store. Dog, I'm sorry. That is a awful bar.
Awful.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go on. Nikki. Nikki. I'm sure she has some awful things to say on this song. I forgot her
Yeah.
verse already. Okay. Actually, okay. I be coming out the top asbestos. That's not too bad. Okay, that's not that cringy. Drake. This is not that bad either. Okay, maybe Gutta and Lil Wayne was just the worst. I
Why
race
did
for
they
your
have-
love, shake and bake, Ricky Bobby.
Why did they have Gutta go after Wayne? He should have been last, man.
They was trying to boost. Look, because Drake and Nicki were already made at this point.
Yeah.
I guess they was trying to give everybody a boost.
I forgot Tiger was on this song, man.
Yeah. She watching that Oxygen. I'm watching ESPN. Okay, that's not too bad. Okay, that's not. I forgot Jay Mills was on this song. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay, the rest isn't that bad. Okay,
she ain't got a man, but she not alone. Miss Independent. Yeah, she got a.
That's not too bad.
Yeah,
it was just those bars in particular from Gutta and Wayne. And the
how did Wayne have a bad verse in this, man?
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, this was a tough. Even though Lil Wayne was probably the most popular he was ever at this time, lyrically, I feel like this was the worst period of his career. The punchline era, Lil Wayne was terrible, man. He really overdo this and the fucking singing. Really killed a lot of his creativity and his output at this point, man. But he was super popular, so he kept doing it.
Yeah,
but yeah, it was a rough time.
Oh man, I got it, nigga. Grocery bag.
Yeah. No, nobody. Because Drake, I remember when Nicki Minaj talked about recording "Seeing Green" and how she was having writer's block at that time, and Drake like made her redo the verse over and over again. You know, and nobody got in Gutta's ear and said, "You got to rewrite that shit, man." You're going second on this song, man. You can't think of nothing else. I got her nigga grocery bag. All right. So that does it for music, man. Now it's time for the big news.
Yeah.
Okay. It is time to continue Cancellation Tour 2023. It's got maybe its biggest victim since R. Kelly, possibly.
Yeah.
You know, Harvey Weinstein, technically, but nobody knew who he was, really, unless he was a film nerd. So this might be the biggest cancellation attempt since R. Kelly, Bill Cosby. This is up there.
Yeah.
It is time for Sean Puffy Combs, a.k.a. Puff Daddy, a.k.a. Diddy, a.k.a. Brother Love. He recently changed his name to Love. And maybe this is why. He wanted to he was hoping to put up enough good karma to take away from the bad that was coming.
Yeah.
But a jaw-dropping lawsuit has just been dropped from the legal team representing Cassie. If you don't remember Cassie, she was a early 2000s singer who dated Puff Daddy Diddy for a long time. And she has filed a civil lawsuit saying that he basically abused her and raped her and made her have sex with male prostitutes and tried to blow up Kid Cudi's car.
No, it actually did blow up.
Actually blew up Kid Cudi's car.
Yep, it's right here. Blew up a man's car after he learned he was romantically interested. And
that's honestly, that's I'm sorry, man. That's funny, dog.
Wow, man. That's wow. And I think Kid Cudi's people actually, or lawyers or attorney or whatever, actually said that was true.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what?
Often punched, beat, kicked, and stomped on her. ran out of his apartment with a firearm in pursuit of a rival industry executive whom he learned was nearby. Apparently, that was Suge Knight.
Mm.
So Suge Knight's getting out shugged by Puffy, apparently.
Yeah.
Demanded that she carry his firearm in her purse just to make her uncomfortable and demonstrate how dangerous he is. Yeah, he did the shine thing. And so, yeah, basically, this is a lawsuit alleging that, he basically groomed her because they dated when she was 19 years old and he was way older than that.
Yeah.
And they dated for a long time. And now she is alleging these acts occurred. And I think Puffy's people already said that, this is an extortion attempt, that she tried to get $30 million from him, or else she would sue him. And Cassie's people already came back and said that he offered her millions of dollars already, and she turned it down.
Yeah.
So very interesting that this is now coming out. I don't want to feed into conspiracies, man, but I feel like all of a sudden the walls closed in for Diddy this year, especially like this last month or so.
Did he try to buy NBC?
You tried to buy NBC, maybe, man. Because some weird stuff has been happening with him, man. Like the Keefy D thing, and then his name being attached to that, and then going on Jimmy Kimmel and being asked that question because his bodyguard said that he tried to fight Will Smith because they tried to have a threesome with J-Lo, and to have that question be asked on Jimmy Kimmel, which is crazy. And then this happens, and there had already been allegations, and he was doing stuff like giving people back their publishing. I remember that happened a few months ago. And it's like some weird stuff was happening with Diddy this year,
It
man.
seemed like he was trying to build up this good character.
Yeah, he released a new album that nobody listened to.
Yeah.
The Love album.
Yeah.
And he turned into this guy that's all about peace and love and all this stuff. And now this drops.
Yeah.
So, Figgy, it's time. Did he do that shit? Is he guilty as fuck?
I told you, he did that shit. Guilty as fuck.
It's funny hearing 50 Cent say that too, because
exactly, because he's been on Diddy's ass since the beginning, man.
Yes, he did not switch up, and he did not let up when this came out too. 50 Cent can be so ignorant at times, but at least
he's hilarious, man.
At least he's 100% honest.
Yeah.
Some people be faking the funk and all that other stuff. He be 100% honest, man. So I respect 50 for that. But
I also respect the fact that he's never been mentioned in things like this, man.
No,
the worst people say is he's an asshole.
Yeah.
That's the worst people say about him, is that he's an asshole. But he's never been linked to things like this in his entire career, man, which is commendable, I guess. But
yeah.
Biggie, guilty or not guilty?
Look, man, I think, and I don't know if it's just the internet kind of putting all these clips out. Did you notice everybody got some type of little clip that say, "Hey, we should have seen the sign of this"?
Yeah.
They've been flooding the time.
Coming out the woodwork, man.
Yes, everything. Where I'm like, damn, I actually watched that interview. I ain't pick up on that. And everybody just picking any little piece, like, see there. But I think, dog, I think it's something there, man. I don't think this is just a, hey, she just picking on me type deal. Because I don't know. It don't, to me, now when I look at their relationship, him and Cassie, it was a weird relationship, man, because they've been together for so long. And I ain't saying he should have got married or anything like that, but they was together for a long time. No marriage, no kids, no nothing. Like she wasn't even doing music, man.
Yeah.
And it was like she was just there, man. It was super weird, man. And all of a sudden she dipped out. I mean, they finally broke up or whatever. I don't know how they broke up, but that relationship ended. And then, he kind of got with a few other girls. I think he running around with Young Miami now.
She got with like the polar opposite guy too, like a super woke dude who kind of threw shots at her too, or at him too.
Yeah. And then Diddy got somebody pregnant. Remember that hassle and all that? I'm just like, man, this was super weird, man. I ain't really know. I think it's something there, man. Um, it's hard to believe because we always seen Cassie right there, but I don't know. It's funny because all the conspiracies coming out there now too, talking about Kim Porter, and it seemed like everybody around Diddy, whenever something about to drop, he get rid of them type thing. And I thought that was nonsense at first, but seeing in his lawsuit that he actually blew up a car, that was insane, man. So I don't put him doing anything crazy past him at all, man. Like I feel like Diddy, out of all the people we know in this industry, like top notch people, he probably got the most power. He probably got a lot of pull, a lot of power when it comes to industry stuff. And if somebody have to disappear, I feel like he the one that will probably have that power to do that somehow. But yeah, man, I'm interested to see how this gonna go because I was looking at it because is it like criminal charges filed or they
From what I
investigating?
understand, it's only a civil case, man. So I don't think it was a
Okay. Yeah, I
criminal
don't.
charge or anything.
I wasn't sure if they was investigating to see if it should be criminal charges. Kind of
Mhm.
like
That
how,
could be.
yeah, but if it's not, man, we gonna get right back to the whole Deshaun Watson. Did he do it? Didn't he do it? And all this other stuff. So it's kind of her word versus his word. And at that point, man, I don't know what that means for Diddy, man. Diddy got a lot of stuff. He invested into a lot of stuff, man.
Hmm.
It's a lot of people with remote TV jobs, man. So I don't know if that's gonna have an effect or what, but I don't know. This right now on the timeline and look kind of wild, and all these random interviews, people saying it is making them look crazy. But and look, I'm not defending him at all, but I think this is something if it's just her, this is something he could potentially get past. I think money talks, and I think it can eventually get past that. But if it's like more people coming out the woodworks saying he did this to me and filing all these charges, because we see it all the time, man, where one person come out, then it's next thing you know, it's 20 people that came out and doing something. If it's something like that, then I think it might be a little trouble in paradise. If not, man, I think he gonna get slandered on social media regardless. But I think I mean, I hate to say it like this. This is this might be ignorant on my part, but it's P Diddy versus Cassie, who's kind of went low after she left him. So I just even though the stuff in the lawsuit look awful, man. Like this, I never seen this before. Where it say trigger warning. This document contains highly graphic information of sexual nature. I never seen that put in a court document like this before. So yeah, it looked nasty, but I don't know, man. This is not surprising to me though, man. A lot of people are surprised. You've heard all the weird, crazy stories with Diddy, and we always, every time we bring up Diddy, we always assume what Diddy is into.
Hmm.
So this stuff never shocked me, man. It ain't shocked me at all.
Yeah, this is just the beginning, man. There's gonna be a snowfall from here on out, man. It's gonna be like an avalanche. We've already had people come out supporting Cassie, his former associates. We've seen Danny Kane members come out, make statements supporting Cassie. It's going to be more coming, man. People are going to come out and look. This is the same thing we saw with R. Kelly. Everybody knew about R. Kelly, but there was something to gain by being around him. So he didn't get canceled until he was washed.
Yeah.
Diddy is washed. So now time is up, man.
Is
He,
he,
is,
is,
he,
is he washed though? Like
he is.
I know R. Kelly was washed musically. Like he had nothing to gain for it. It was nothing. But I feel like Diddy still has some like other stuff outside of music that make him a little valuable, I guess. Maybe not where he was at his peak, but I feel like on the business side, he do still has a little bit of value, a little bit of power though, right?
I don't really think so. Maybe with Revolt, I don't know how invested he is in Revolt or whatever. I guess, I mean, he does have more going for him than R. Kelly did at that point. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
But in terms of like, as bad as he might be, I don't think those were enough to make up for this. His years of behavior and look, even the things we knew he did, like he's been known to wild out, man, and
Yeah.
just be just a crazy, violent dude at times. And there's always been rumors about what he was into. People have made kind of slide comments, insinuating things. We see him on camera talking kind of funny to Fabulous, talking about how he wants him to party with him, and Fabulous like, what? So yeah, look, man, it's his time is up. I think, I think everybody got to pay for their crimes in this environment at some point. Harvey Weinstein was one of the most powerful people in Hollywood.
Yeah.
He's in prison now, man. Like, no matter how successful you were, it's gonna come back around once you're out of favors, man. I think Diddy's out of favors, dog. He probably pissed the wrong people off. I don't know what happened, but it seems like the gloves are off, man. And I feel like it's gonna get worse from here. I think, and as far as public perception, I mean, he might not go to jail. It might just be a civil thing, but his reputation will be ruined. People will not want to see him. His music won't be pulled. You don't have to worry about that shit. But people won't want to see him as a face of anything anymore. Because everybody loves Cassie, man. That's the thing. Everybody loves Cassie. She's got that. First off, she's fine as hell.
Yeah.
Second off, she's never talked since for
first album.
She ain't talked since her press run for her first album, man. So she's had this mysterious thing, kind of like a Lori Harvey thing, where we just assume she's a good person because we never heard her talk.
We assume she was like this innocent sweetheart.
Yeah, who was just abused. And look, the fact that he was so much older is gonna make it look bad to begin with.
Yeah.
So they're gonna take Cassie's side, man. That's just the environment we're in. And plus all the allegations and rumors about Diddy throughout his career, it's over, man. It's gonna be a wrap. He's cooked.
Yeah.
That's it. All this brother love shit can't save him, man. Nobody wants to hear it.
Yeah.
He's out of here.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
End of an era, man. End of an era.
Hey, it's been a long run, man. A very long run since he started the East Coast versus West Coast shit, probably.
Yep. So, yeah, I think Diddy will be the next canceled, prominent black entertainer. We'll see. I think Jonathan Majors. Can we trade Jonathan Majors for Diddy?
You got to keep Jonathan Majors.
Yeah, can we do like a cancellation trade? I want Jonathan Majors back because I want some dope Marvel films again. I don't want him to get pulled from that shit. And we can give away Diddy. Okay, he can't make a fucking No Way Out Part 2 at this point of his career, man. All right, it's over. You give us Jonathan Majors back, and we'll give you Diddy. How about that?
Did you see an update with that, by the way, Jonathan Majors with Marvel? I'm not sure. I thought I seen something. I don't know what's real and what's fake.
Yeah, there's a lot of rumors. I heard that they were looking at options of moving on from him or some shit.
Yeah, or moving on from his character.
Yeah,
it's gonna get rid of his whole character in the MCU type deal.
But the new Avengers movie is called the Kang Dynasty, and he plays Kang.
Yeah.
So unless they just replace him, I don't see how you could just remove him from this shit, man. So I don't know. That's a whole nother discussion, by the way. The fact that new Marvel movie bombed, the Captain Marvel shit, now everybody happy about it.
This might be the first Marvel movie we did not go see in theaters, man.
Wow.
We usually pre-ordered tickets and all that stuff, and my wife I seen the commercials randomly, and I'm just like, oh, what's this? And I seen Captain Marvel's. It didn't move me at all. I was just like, oh, okay. And she ended up seeing it. She like, oh, you ain't tell me you could have pre-ordered. I'm like, oh, my bad. We never talked about that again, man. We was never pressed to go see that movie, man.
Yeah.
And I'm still not. I don't know. I don't know. But it's not surprising that movie bombed.
Yeah, man. Nobody was excited for it. These are characters nobody ever heard of, and there was not good word of mouth. I think word of mouth can save a movie like Guardians of the Galaxy. You know, where nobody knows what Guardians of the Galaxy is at first, but everybody says it's a good movie, and Marvel is still new, so everybody goes to see it anyway.
Yeah.
That goodwill has ended now, man. I think we've been burned. If you watch every Marvel thing, you've been like, okay, the quality really ain't the same no more. I can skip this next movie or this next TV show.
Yeah.
So, and Mad Wine Chemist says, I saw it as having to do with the movies not doing good and not his outside problems. That could be true too. I mean, it don't help the fact that he already got beat in Ant-Man. I heard like he was a main villain in Ant-Man. He lost. So I'm like, that's like if Thanos was the first dude they fought in Avengers 1. You can't get hyped for Avengers Endgame if they already beat the dude. So
well, they kind of beat him, but he was. I mean, they didn't kill him or anything, but it was a more of a all right. Like they took this away from me. I'm about to go get it back.
Yeah,
boom, the end type deal. So it's like, he's coming back. I think it was like that type of ending.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. If Ant-Man can 1v1 you with the ants, I'm not scared of you, dog. I'm sorry, man. Okay, it took everybody to beat Thanos. And one nigga can beat fucking Kang. I don't like it. But I don't know, man. We'll see where they go from here. Oh, yeah, Matt Weinkin said he died in Loki. Yeah, they killed him in Loki, but that was like the beginning of it because that guy was like not Kang, but he was Kang. That's a confusing thing because there's like a million of him. But that guy wasn't Kang. It was just the guy, the same guy. But it wasn't like the super villain one. So it's confusing, man. I can't keep up with this shit no more.
Yeah, and did we talk about this before? How they talking about bringing back the original cast of the Avengers?
Yeah.
Hail Mary when I know one, man.
Yeah, they're getting desperate, man. They're getting desperate. They gotta look. This was like the lowest grossing opening weekend for a Marvel movie like ever, I think, or since the
really.
It was. I mean, to be fair, like that's still better than most movies that come out because it did like 40-something million, which is good for any other movie. But for Marvel, and these movies cost like $100 million to fucking
no, they got it. Right. So yeah, somebody else scoring 20 points a night. LeBron can't score 20 points a night, man.
Mm-hmm.
It gotta be more than that. LeBron can't play with 20 points a night.
Yeah, I'm watching the cutscenes of Spider-Man 2 in the back. So you got to fucking place. I just beat that game last night too, man.
Really? Damn.
Yeah, it was a good game.
Okay.
Not worth $70, so you wait for it on sale, but it was a good game.
$70.
I know it's getting rough, man. The sidebar. So Grand Theft Auto 6 is finally going to come out. They're going to release a trailer, I think, early next month, and one of the producers or directors on that game said that games are way too cheap for what they offer. They should be a lot more expensive.
I don't know about that, man.
Yeah.
Especially when
in this economy.
Yeah, especially when you look at a game like Grand Theft Auto, where you got all these different packages and stuff you can buy in the game, and you can buy different missions and spend money. I think games should be a little cheaper. Because if I feel like if you want to get a little further in the game or you want to do something else, you can actually pay and to buy more stuff within the game. So I just don't understand, if the whole game should be more.
I thought about this, man, because if you keep up with how everything else has increased in price, he kind of has a point. because movies are not like anything different than what they were. Like, yeah, they look better, especially like the blockbusters, but every movie costs way more to see in the theater now. And it's the same 2-hour experience, but with the video game, and you look back to some of those old prices in the fucking old catalogs, and like fucking Super Mario World was like $60, man.
Yeah.
And that's a 16-bit game. And look at fucking the new Mario now.
Yeah.
100 times better. It looks great graphically, and it's like the same price. So in a way, there's a point, but I don't want to pay. Look, there's only so much people can pay for video games, man.
Yeah.
Okay, it's something you really don't need, and it's fun, but if you want to charge more for games, they got to be like VR type shits or something, man. It can't just be the same me just sitting with a controller controlling the nigga, and it's like the same as Grand Theft Auto 3, but just looks better on the graphics wise. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
And see, that's my issue with like Madden, because when you play Madden every single year, man, it's the same thing, man. I don't care what nobody say. It's the same game, but you had the rookies of that class or updated ratings and stuff like that. It's the same thing, and with all the way these games are made now, especially like with the Grand Theft Autos, the Red Dead Redemptions and stuff like that, you can play those games for like 7 years and still be updated because they add more stuff to the game where they keep you buying it, they keep you into it, and they don't have to make another game for another 10 years. I feel like Madden can do the same thing and just update the rosters themselves and all this other stuff, but they know people gonna just keep buying it, man. They're gonna keep spending that same $70 for the same shit. And man, it's bullshit, man. I just hate that, man. I hate that, and I get sucked into it every time, man.
Yep.
I'll be like, man, I'm not buying no more Madden games. And then they advertise it and they show off the ratings of these players. And I know next year I'm gonna buy it for sure. Just for CJ, see if CJ in the 90s and all this other. But I'm like, man, that's the one game you could probably have that game last for a good 10 years because this ain't gonna get no better. That game can last for another 10 years and you just update the roster, update whatever it is for that season. But they know people gonna keep paying the 70 for it, man.
Yep. No, the same thing with NBA 2K, man, where everybody plays like the my player mode where you create a person and you can either grind for dozens of hours trying to get your stats up, or you could just pay and get instant upgrades to your stats. And it's not like your character carries over, man. Every year you got to start over again.
That's awful, man. They know they get fixed that. That's crazy, man.
Every year you're like a new nigga that has to, and you got to pay
for
50 extra bucks to get your dude to an acceptable level where you can actually play games with other people and not be asked.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's rough. Mad Wine Kenneth Jenny P says, plus they make a ton of microtransactions. Yeah, Grand Theft Auto, that's the reason why they took so long to make a new one, man.
It was still making a killing off of it.
They were still making tons of money off that GTA Online microtransactions. And this one's gonna be worse, man. I already know.
Yeah.
The story looked crazy too. People are talking about you play a baby mama or some shit. A Latina single mom is gonna be like one of the main characters. I'm like, okay. All right. Well, I will reserve until I play it. We'll see. She also says EA had 4 years between UFC games and they still made it the same as the last one. Yeah, EA is just lazy like that, man. They be cashing shit in. They do the same thing with the WWE games as well. Like they take some years off and make a new one. It's the same problems, the same glitches and shit. They don't even be fixing nothing, man. So but that's what happens when you have an exclusive license and you're the only one that can make UFC and WWE and NFL games. There's no competition. Everybody gonna buy it if they like the shit.
Yeah, so, you ain't competing with nobody. That's the same thing with Madden. Who is Madden competing with?
Nobody. They can't.
Yeah, so they could do whatever they want. They could just they probably don't spend no time creating these games no more, man. They just copy and paste.
Yeah. And people blame it's the NFL's fault too, because I remember when that happened, because the people who made 2K also made NFL 2K.
Yeah,
And they dropped and I think it was NFL 2K5, and they dropped it for like $20 new. And
yeah,
that's when games were like $50 new. And the NFL didn't like that. They didn't like the fact that something with their brand was being released for cheap.
yeah.
So they say that's why they gave EA the exclusive license as well. So that was some bullshit, because NFL 2K was a better game than Madden.
That was a real good game.
Yeah, and they
And you
fucking
can look,
shut
you
down.
can, you can look at that game now and be like, damn, the graphics was actually looking all right.
Yeah, like there was a lot of stuff they did that Madden didn't do and still don't do. And that was fucking damn near 20 years ago, man. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's a rough game out there, man. It's rough for gamers like
You,
us.
you excited for that GTA 6?
Honestly, man, I didn't play much GTA 5. GTA 5 was a game I always started and then get tired of it. Like, I beat Grand Theft Auto 4 and the DLC. I played GTA 3 and Vice City and San Andreas. But 5 was where I kind of fell off on it, man. I don't know what it was. I just couldn't get into it. But I hope this one is good, man.
Yeah. I've been playing GTA since I first started on GTA 2.
Okay.
This was like this is
Yeah, the top down version. Yeah.
yeah. And at that time, this is my cousin game at the time. And I'm like, what is this game? So the only thing I knew was you could just steal cars and run from the cops and all that other stuff. And it was cussing in the game and all that.
Mm.
I didn't know I actually got in trouble for playing that game because my mother walked in at the wrong time
Yep.
and heard the cuss word and like, he just cussing. And I got in trouble for it. But yeah, I always enjoyed the Grand Theft Auto games. The one thing I don't like, I never got into the online playing, man. Like we talked about this before.
Same here. Same here.
Talked about this before. I'm over here online trying to beat some damn missions, and people just walking up killing me, like somebody totally random. And then all of a sudden, I hear some people cussing in my controller. I'm like, what the? I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, man, I don't know if the kid was white, but he was saying,
They call you a nigga, yeah.
yeah, so they were cussing me, saying, bitch. I'm just like, what the? And then I got to the point where I'm like, all right, like I kept getting killed at the same spot, and they kept starting me over at the same spot. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna kill this dude. I got my big gun, blue. I'm like, yeah. And then after a while, I'm like, man, I ain't about to play this, man. I'm over here trying to beat the game or do some missions and all that stuff. So I think it's about time for a new Grand Theft Auto, so I could just play the missions without playing online.
Yeah. And
Because
I hope if they do the multiplayer, because the role play thing that everybody played was like a mod you did for PC. So I hope they actually do that like on the real game this time, because that looked fun, man. The role play thing where like you could be a cop, you could be like a regular guy, you could be there are roles you play in the game, and you can only do that thing instead of everybody just running around with the same shit trying to kill each other.
Yeah,
That gets kind of boring after a while, man. So
yeah,
that could be fun, but we'll see, man. You know they're gonna load it up with fucking shit you gotta buy after buying the game, and that's gonna be whack. But we'll see, man. I don't know. They re-released the first like GTA 3 and San Andreas and Vice City. And those re-releases at first were terrible, man. Like the quality was bad. They fixed it after like a few months, but that didn't leave me with a whole lot of hope for the new one. But we'll see.
yeah.
So we'll see. Oh yeah, and good night, Mad Wine Chemist Jenny P on
Hey, girl,
YouTube.
going to bed early on a Friday night.
Hey man, I feel that though. I feel that.
That
Sometimes
wine
you
must be
fucking tuckered
kicking in.
out.
That wine must be kicking in.
Hey, gotta conserve the energy for Sunday, man. It's coming soon. She also said this is why I'm not hyped for a new NCAA game. It'll be a cool one, then nothing new. Yeah, people gonna get excited. To be fair, EA used to do the NCAA games better than the Madden games. You know, those were more popular, but Yeah, of course it's going to be the same shit, man. That's what these EA games are, just cash grabs. They just want to get the microtransactions popping,
Yeah,
and it's kind of nasty. But what can you do?
yeah. I used to love NCAA games too, man.
Yeah,
But,
yeah. What a time to be alive, man. Other things that happened this week. Oh yeah, Tasha K. Apparently, somebody who was a close associate to Will Smith alleged on Tasha K's platform that he walked in on Will Smith giving it to Dwayne Martin. He said it was murder in there. Like he, the way he described it was fucking nasty,
you
dog.
want to see it?
Yeah, let's go ahead and play the tape.
Right.
Number one, this fucking CSI type.
Yeah.
What kind of podcast is this, man?
I know.
This looked like the interrogation in fucking Gangster's Paradise.
Yeah.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death.
She kind of look like Coolio a little bit. Big ass nose.
Yeah, that's a huge nose, man. It's a huge schnoz. All right, what do you got to say, man?
And then I saw sexual acts that I walked in on.
Who'd you walk in on?
Him and Dwayne Martin.
Okay.
Hollywood is the hurry up and wait game. So 3 minutes later, after them telling me, "Hey, you got eyes on Will. We need him to come watch this." So I'm running all over the studio. He's not in his dressing room. I go to the cafeteria. I'm like, but I see his car there. I'm like, where is this guy at? So now I'm holding Dwayne down too. So I have the keys to his dressing room. So I'm like, yo, and they're calling I'm on walkie-talkie and they're calling my cell phone. Yo, we need to get Will here. And I'm like, yo, kind of fuck down. Like, I'm trying to find this. Like, this is unlike him, right? So I open the door to Dwayne's dressing room, and that's when I see Dwayne and having anal sex with Will.
Let me process that for a second.
There was a couch, and Will was bent over on the couch, and Dwayne was standing up, killing him. Murder. There was murder in there.
Let me process that for a second. What the fuck? Like, look, man, it was murder in there. It was murder. Yeah, he seemed very, very descriptive of the fucking. You could have just said they caught him fucking. You had to say it was murder in there. What was it? I wonder what the context of this interview was like, because it looks so dramatic. And look, I'm somebody who I believe. Look, there is no sacred cows in entertainment to me, man. Honestly, I believe anybody can do anything. It's a dirty game in the industry. Just because I like Will Smith movies don't mean he ain't did some shit like this before, man. I don't fucking know. But why was that so dramatic, man?
I know.
What was the context for that interview? It was shot like it was a fucking a movie scene, man. Just to say that Will Smith was having gay sex.
Yeah, and I don't understand because I mean, is Will Smith in the limelight right now? It's not like something just happened and let me get somebody from Will Smith camp on. Mm-hmm. Well, to be fair too, I don't know when this was recorded, but I don't know. It just seems super random. Did she bring him on just for this?
Very strange, man. Like I
don't understand Tasha K, man. She and I think word on the street is I guess Will Smith and their team is I think Jada Pinkett said the same thing.
Said we're suing, but nothing is beneficial yet. I don't know if you're actually going to take this to court. Like I kind of feel like why would you want this to go on and give it validation by suing? You know, I don't know what they're gonna do, but I don't think that even if they sue and win, I don't know. They're going to
opinions and out there, man.
Yeah,
they out there. If anything, they doing it because they either got time or they doing it because of her Tasha K and her past because she went through something similar with Cardi B. So maybe they just seeing her and they say, you know what, let's stop this girl. She kind of getting picked on a little bit, but we talked about this before with her. Like, why even? I mean, to be fair, she ain't say nothing, but you had that guy on your platform
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that, man. Where there's no valid proof, where you can actually prove something. Like people can sue you for that, even even if that dude did catch them in the act. Like he have no valid. I mean, that's something you really can't prove. You know what I mean? And if you can't prove it, they can say that never happened. So it's just stuff like that is always weird when people make accusations like that because unless it's some way, unless you could say, hey, I actually had he raped me or I had sex with him or something like that, then that's a little different. But when people just go off of this, I seen this or I heard that, man, that's never a good look, man. And the allegedly stuff won't save it as much either.
Yeah, I just don't get the point of it, man. Like, I don't understand. And to be fair, because HRW, what's up on Twitch, man? He says Dwayne better not have been on the down low with Gina. I believe Gina, what's her name? What's her real name? I'm calling her Gina. Tisha Campbell Martin. Um, Tisha Campbell implied this as well. I remember like something she said kind of implied this happened as well, but she didn't really elaborate on it. This is when they got divorced. So look, man, it's possible, but I just question why was it put out like this?
Yeah,
Who gives a fuck? Honestly, like unless something illegal happened, unless it was like rape, like you said, it's
yeah,
2023, man. Who cares?
yeah,
This would have been a big deal back in '98. Okay,
yeah.
in 2023, nobody really gives a shit.
Yeah,
So,
unless
I,
a
I
crime
think,
is being committed or something like that, because
yeah,
that was the difference between the White Howard stuff.
exactly.
Because we could easily say who cares, but it was actually a crime.
Yeah,
It
being
was a law.
alleged.
Yeah, it was a lawsuit. It was all that stuff going on where that stuff was out in the open. So that was the only difference. I think that's one of the reasons why people was kind of so into it because it was like, dang, somebody saying they were raped by you. And so that's always going to catch people attention. And I know the jokes went on after that too, but something fishy happened during that time. It
Exactly.
wasn't just like a consensual relationship or a down low relationship. So I don't get it.
I just don't get the context, man. I don't get why this was said like it was so super shocking. Like it was so dramatic with the cuts and the camera angles, just for him to say he walked in on Will Smith and Dwayne Martin having sex. Like, I was expecting more the way it was built up, man. But it just seems silly, and I don't really understand why. Even if it's not a lie, like why put this out there like that?
Yeah,
Maybe I'm guessing something happened between them. He got cut off or something, and this is just I'm gonna come out and say everything about him. But
yeah,
if your only slander against him is he did some gay shit, it's not going to be enough to win the public over, man, because
yeah,
nobody really cares, and you're going to get sued. And even if you win or don't lose, like it's going to cost you in legal fees to
it's gonna
defend
cost you more
yourself.
than it cost him.
Their money is longer than yours,
Yeah,
so is it really worth to? I don't understand what he got out of this, man. I don't think Tasha K had enough to pay him to fucking
yeah,
go through whatever this might entail. So I don't know.
yeah. And the thing is, she the one that's gonna get sued. She the
Mhm.
one that's getting in trouble too. I don't even know if he probably gonna get sued too. I don't know, but she the one that's getting in trouble. And if you look at the comments, everybody is like, why is she saying this? Like she ain't
Yeah.
tired of getting sued. After that whole Cardi B stuff, I would be sitting
Yep.
my ass down. I would have a cooking show and not even talk about no gossip Hollywood type stuff. So I don't know.
She
I don't
doubling
know.
down, man. She doubling down.
Yeah, this is like some stuff from the 90s, man. Remember back in the 90s remember this interview with I think it was Mace. Somebody's interviewing Mace on the street or something like that. And the dude asked if he had sex with Brandy. Remember that?
Mhm.
it was just so random. Like, hey, did you hit that? And Mace was like, yeah, you know, he was being what Mace usually do. I was just like that. Like, what was the purpose of that question? Like, why would you ask somebody on the red carpet or whatever? Hey, I know you was hanging out with so and so. Did you hit that?
This is why I hate to say it. This is why entertainers and musicians go to fucking white platforms for interviews, man. Like shit like that. Cause that fucking I saw Nori was mad, I think at some recent, it might have been the Andre thing or he was mad at the Jay-Z Gayle King interview. And Gayle King's not white, so fair enough. But he was mad at the Gayle King interview, and it's the same argument. Like, why don't he come here? Why don't he go to hip hop or black platforms? It's like that's why, man, because y'all be asking that bullshit that nobody really. I mean, I guess some people care about it, but it's very inappropriate to ask somebody who they had sex with and think it's gonna be cool. You know.
Or ask somebody who they're interested or are they gay or not.
Yeah, like that Dwight Howard interview where he starts off the interview by asking if you're gay. Why not ask if the allegations are true? Why start with that? Are you gay? Like, why start with that question, man? I don't get it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know, man. It's rough.
Yeah, it might be a rough one for Tasha K, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't know what's gonna go down for her.
See, this would have been bigger news if the Diddy shit didn't drop. You know, maybe people will be talking about it more, but now nobody cares. So whatever clout she got off this is already done.
Yeah.
And speaking of allegations, did you hear that whole Keke Palmer and her mother talking about shit? Because apparently I didn't hear the whole audio, but apparently fucking Keke Palmer's mother said Usher was gay.
Yeah, she actually brushed past that in the audio. I was just like, damn, he's just getting
like, why'd you say fuck me for?
Pretty much. Yeah, so that's a whole mess going on, man. I think we said on this podcast we weren't gonna talk about Keke no more because all the stuff she been doing, like, clearly clout chasing, but it looked like it's a little more serious now. But yeah, man, I think the mother ended up coming back and trying to I guess backtrack a little bit. She was saying that to try to I guess make the dude ease off of her off of Keke to make it seem like it was nothing that what they were doing. I guess I don't know. That just didn't make sense either though. But yeah, man, that seemed like that's a whole big mess going on. I think that's probably gonna get a little worse too. And that's just something that's something I don't know what happened. I know they were showing a lot of videos and all that stuff of abuse from the cameras and all that stuff. But man, that's something I hope everybody all right and everybody find peace somehow, man.
Yeah, honestly, I just don't care to break it down, man. Like, I don't care about, like, it's a lot of he said, she said. She's saying he beat her. Then there's videos about her beating him. I don't fucking know, man. It looked toxic, period. But
that's a lot going on with a dude that ain't even known like that, man. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. It's just funny to me in general to hear how women defend other women calling somebody gay as an insult. You know, like y'all claim to be so progressive and so beyond this shit and accepting, and we're the toxic ones, us black men in general, like the toxic homophobic ones. But the first insult they result to is you're gay.
Yeah.
Whenever some shit happens, man.
Yeah,
I think the homophobic ones apparently, but that's the first thing that comes out.
I feel like women are more homophobic than men.
No.
You don't think so?
No, I agree, but that's a whole other rabbit hole, man.
I was about to say you don't agree with that.
I 100% agree, man.
Yeah,
I 100% agree.
See, the thing is, they hide it a little bit because you get the ones that's like, oh yeah. If to me, I think this is a little homophobic. hey, yeah, I want a gay bestie so we could go shopping. And
Yep.
I'm like, damn, that's it. But as soon as you find out the dude, that's cute, but you find out he gay or anything, like, you don't want nothing to do with him. It's like, nah, I would never, I would never date him. And they just say all type of nasty stuff. And I'm just like, damn. So I don't know. It's weird.
No, that's one of the go-to insults, man. You gay.
Yeah.
So somebody turn you down, oh, you must be gay. Oh, he ain't interested in you, he must be gay. He hang out with his homeboy so much, he must be gay. Like, that'd be the first insult people go to sometimes, man. And that's, yeah, I don't know that, but I do agree with you, man. I think they are in the real world, but on Twitter, they'll have you believe that they are just
anybody,
the best of every person ever, and we're just the worst, But that's why you can't spend too much time online, man, because you always get these extreme personalities and takes and opinions. And Twitter is so bad now, dog. Twitter is fucking the worst it's ever been, in my opinion, because all these you go to any big tweet and it's all these blue checks just trying to farm engagement with like the same shit posted for reactions. It's nasty, man.
Yeah, because they get money for it.
It used to be you hit the replies and see some shit that's really funny. Like, at least it's funny, or sometimes more funny than the original tweet.
Yeah.
Now you just scroll through, there's fucking bots. There's people farming, trying to get attention. And it's nasty, man.
Yeah, it's awful.
And now a bunch of companies are pulling advertising from Twitter. Did you see about that?
I ain't see that.
Because they were linked, I guess, Elon Musk replied to some anti-Semitic tweet and said he agreed with it. And then people found out that they were getting ads posted underneath those tweets. So Apple pulled advertising, IBM, and some other companies too.
Oh, damn. I didn't see that.
Yeah, I think he's trying to tank it, man. He has to. He has to at this point, man. That makes sense.
Still running, man.
He's trying to kill it and get some replacement racist Twitter popping, man. I don't know. But shit.
Man.
So we'll see what happens to X. I mean, X, not Twitter. It's X now, right?
Yeah.
Now, did you see the Jeezy interview with Nia Long? And do you consider that a dirty Mac?
I think so. I think it was 100% dirty Mac, man.
For context, there was an interview where Jeezy, I don't know why Jeezy is interviewing Nia Long, number one. That was very random to me. Like, when was Jeezy a media personality?
Yeah.
But I guess after Jeannie Mai, he just became, I guess, a different kind of dude. But he did an interview with Nia Long, and they were talking about, Ime Udoka and the cheating and all this stuff. And basically, to paraphrase, he says something like, real men don't cheat because if you cheat, you ain't a real man, because real men do something. And look, I understand what he was saying, but it came across as very pandering type shit that we do to get some.
It is, yeah.
So let's hear from the horse's mouth right here.
Right? Like, and you gotta know when it's time to be done.
Right.
And that's usually not about another person, an affair, or some chick that's willing to like make you feel like a king, because that's why most men cheat. Most men cheat because
that's fascinating to me.
It's so gross. It's so stupid.
I personally, this is my quote, and real niggas don't cheat.
You don't think so?
Hell no.
I kind of understand what you mean when you say that.
They do not.
I understand what you mean when you say
it's
that.
Something in us that makes us want to be right?
Yes,
across the board.
But is that so that you are living up to the expectation that you've set for yourself?
Yeah, that was that. Like, his reactions are just number one. Is this really Jeezy? Did he get cloned? I didn't know it.
This ain't Jeezy the Snowman.
Is this really Jeezy the Snowman?
No, it's not, man.
Who is this man, dog?
What is his damn real name, man?
Dog. This is the Jeezy that had that fucking hat with the with the sweater coat on that last album picture. I don't know who this can't be the Snowman.
Yeah, what is this damn name? J. Wayne Jenkins. That's
This is Mr. Jenkins to me. This is not Jeezy. Mr.
Yeah.
Jenkins. Now, what are your thoughts on this, Figgy? Do you think this is people call this is not a dirty Mac, to be fair, because dirty Mackin is like somebody you know and like your homie.
You talking down on them.
Yeah, and you're trying to talk down on somebody you know to get somebody to get his girl.
Yeah.
But do you consider this a dirty Mac? Do you consider this out of bounds for Jeezy to be talking about?
I would, and look, I don't know because we don't know Jeezy personal relationships and all that stuff. But to me, he was definitely playing some type of. I don't know if it's dirty macking, but it was something, man. I can't find a name for it, but it was something with him sitting there. Oh, he what? Oh my god! You know, somebody, I can't give him credit or nothing, but somebody posted on social media that clip from Friday when Nia Long was on the couch with Craig.
Yeah,
and he like, oh, he grabbed me. He like, oh, what he did? What? That's exactly what he did, man. Like, come on, man. Don't here talk about some real niggas don't cheat, man. Get out of here, man. I wouldn't trust nobody who said that.
To be fair, look, we all act a little different in the presence of a beautiful woman. You know, like look how NBA players act when they're getting interviewed by Taylor Rooks. Okay, they act different, man. All right. They act a lot more respectful and professional, and they smile a lot more, and they kind of go with whatever she says. So, I part of me gets it. Look, it's Nia Long, man, and I get it, but he was doing too much, man. He was doing a little too much.
It was a little cringy.
Yeah.
That ain't look like Jeezy the Snowman.
It really didn't. He didn't talk the same. He didn't was the whole thing a lie?
I would have been.
Right.
I was looking at that. I'm like, that can't be the guy that made Thug Motivation 101.
This can't be the man that won Trapper of the Year 3 times in a row.
Yeah. Nah, man.
And he got a lifetime supply of baking soda clientele. This can't be that man, dog. This is somebody else. He got cloned and we didn't know it.
Yeah.
But
he was
just plain to me.
Oh, no way. He cheated.
Oh, wait, what?
Oh, my God.
Real niggas don't cheat. Even saying nigga in front of Nia Long seems kind of wrong to me.
Yeah.
And I would say it in front of her. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know, man. It seemed kind of like, look, we all have the lines we use. You know, sometimes you got to play that guy.
Yeah.
But it's nasty that it was on camera. I would just say that much.
And you can't lean in too much into that guy. You gotta offset it a little bit. You gotta be like, man, come on now. No, you ain't doing or I cheated a couple. You gotta kind of offset it a little bit. You can't lean all the way towards the right, like you just this perfect guy. Like that's where people kind of screw up a little bit, man. Sometimes you gotta be like, yeah, back in the day, I used to cheat I was awful, but you know, it took me time to grow, and you gotta put a little sauce on it. You can't make yourself look like Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So
you
could be like, you could talk about the reasons why men cheat. You could be like, they feel insecure. You could say things like that.
Yeah.
But to say real niggas don't cheat just seems a little, come on, man.
Yeah. He could have been like, yeah, you know, I had times where I, you know, stepped out on my relationship, and that's because I wasn't happy. I was just trying to chase this one popular girl, and you know, I wasn't really happy with what she was, and he could have spent it all type of different ways, man. But to act like he was just so shocked that, you know, a guy cheated on her, like, come on, man. Some of the most beautiful girls get cheated on.
Yeah.
So, yeah. He was trying to get with her, man. That's why he was trying to take a little shot, but I think she shut that down. I think she posted on social media like, that was a great interview with my brother Jeezy.
Got in the friend zone, man.
Yeah,
that's nasty.
Yeah, that was awful, man.
I like I said, I get it. I get it. I hate people that use that kind of game, but I get it. Okay. I get the fact that sometimes you gotta send out your PR person that says the right things, socially acceptable things, and that's gotta be the person that represents you. I've never been that type of guy, but I understand the game.
Yeah.
It was just nasty that I was on camera. That's all I can say about it. And this is one of the legendary Southern rappers who makes so many albums talking about not this type of shit.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just weird, man. It's just weird seeing the crossover sometimes. I know everybody got to get old and get a new bag, but Jeezy's career has been strange, man. I have to say, for somebody who grew up, like, look at Gucci. Nothing Gucci does really surprises me, man. Like, because he kind of stays in his own lane still. He does do things like he's like a model for Gucci or whatever or something, but he's never gotten to the point where it's like, it don't look like Gucci. It don't seem like something Gucci would do.
Yeah.
But Jeezy went the whole other route, man. I don't know what happened to him.
What's funny is he just released the album,
Mm-hmm.
and it sounds like an old Jeezy album, but his image don't reflect that.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying, he got to be out there in the streets and all that stuff, but it seemed like it seemed like he might. I wouldn't be surprised if he tried to run for a mayor or something like that.
Could be.
And yeah, I don't know. It's just weird, man. I don't know.
Could be. I don't know. Jeezy for mayor, man. Maybe gonna save Atlanta. Who knows?
Yeah, and tell people black men don't cheat.
Real niggas don't cheat.
Yeah.
All right. You gonna get the women vote then. Did anything else happen this week, man? I think that might about do it for the podcast. Let me look on the timeline, make sure we didn't miss nothing. Let me look through my fucking bookmarks to make sure I didn't. Let me see. That might about do it, man. I don't think anything else. I know I'm gonna remember something that happened just right when we end. I'm gonna remember some shit, but I think that might about do it, man. Yeah, fuck it.
Let me check the Rocket score because I think they playing tonight.
Oh yeah. They are up, actually down 15-21.
Okay, just started. Okay. Oh yeah, they playing the Clippers. That's right.
Yeah. Is Mr. Harden playing? What's he got so far? Is he not playing? No, he is. He got
7 points.
Yeah.
7 points in 9 minutes.
Yeah,
okay.
So we'll see. I don't know. Anything else? Anything you've been watching or?
Nah, I ain't really been watching nothing, man.
Same here. The strike is over, by the way, I think. Isn't it officially over now? So
yeah,
all the stuff.
A couple shows announced their dates.
Mm-hmm.
So like Abbott Elementary coming soon. They got an hour episode kicking off for their season premiere. A lot of those network shows dropping their dates and all that stuff. So
yeah.
TV is back.
Yeah, more mid shows that we don't give a shit about.
Yeah.
With this goofy ass writing that's popular now. But anyway, yeah, I think that about does it, man. Been a long podcast, so we'll wrap it up here. Thanks to everybody who joined the podcast. HRW, Mad Wine Chemist, Jenny P, Drunk, Tony Scott on Facebook. I think that about does it. Figgy, you're gonna be at the tailgate, right?
Yes, sir. I will be at the tailgate. We gonna be in the blue lot as the Houston Texans State going to Arizona Cardinals.
Make sure you're there.
Yeah, it's gonna be actually 3 home games in a row. So
yeah.
So it's gonna be a time. We're gonna have fun. So I'm super excited about that, man. I've been getting a lot of love for doing this now, man. People starting to show me some love now.
It's the dog. It's a perfect time because the team is good now. So It's great timing for you to get that shit popping. So yeah, make sure y'all retweet Figgy's tailgate takeover. Make sure you see him if you out at the tailgate. And yeah, make sure you represent. We talk these home games gotta look better, man. Okay, they need to look better. Y'all got to come out and support. Blah blah blah. Yada yada yada.
Yeah.
We out. Till next time.